Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 2 of Wretched Country, Wranglers, Rot, and Revenge. So we've got the Wranglers down, and we're edging up on revenge, but so far no rot, and I'm as surprised as everyone. When last we were together, Harvey had just shot a guy for breaking into his house after finding out that this fellow may have been secreting gold in the corner of his home there.
Gold is always welcomed.
And you were taking the body into town.
Yeah.
And so I guess we'll pick up there. Are you swinging by the homestead first to get your buddies?
Yes. I'll go there first.
All right. And
is anyone home? Anybody?
Yeah. You at the very least. At the very least, you're.
It was middle of the night, right?
Yeah. It's like close to midnight when you shot him. So maybe it's closer to almost 1 by the time you get everything squared away and get him loaded up. But yeah, Cress will be there as well as Ernest Painter. And then I'm assuming that is Archie Brock, is that the right name?
That's my character, yes.
Okay. Oh, it's because you had your title out at the end. So yeah, he'll also be there unless Miguel has other plans for him.
One of the guy had a mark on his thumb, right? But I don't know that. Well, I know, but not
right. Yeah, he has one of the brands on his thumb. Yeah, and he was working at the stockyards under the name Straight Shooter was his nickname.
And she met another. It was a young man, right? Also, with
the young man that she met was the one that everybody was kidding about having the Spanish fever. That's Pete Pugh.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll knock on the door to see if anyone is up.
Painter will get up. He actually comes to the door with a rifle, and then sees it's you, and he's like, "Oh, you're out late."
Yeah, someone just tried to make my home into a bank, and I'll point to the guy.
He sees the guy and he's like, "I knew something was up. Weird stuff going on in the woods the last couple of days. You okay?"
Yeah, always.
And he's like sort of checking you around to see if there are any bullet holes in you. But we'll get in here.
Yeah, I'll just leave him outside in the back of the horse, and I'll just come in. Is anyone up?
He starts yelling for everybody to gather up.
I'll just go and take some, and I'll go and try to take to drink some whiskey if she has some.
Yeah, there's probably a bottle or two secreted around. Cress comes down, kind of bleary-eyed, but Painter fills him in quietly, and Cress, reiterates like, "Are you okay? You didn't get shot or anything, right?"
No.
This guy tried to attack you?
Yeah, he was. I don't know. He was hiding gold in my house.
How dare him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hiding gold.
I'll just show him the coins.
He looks at them, sees that they have a Confederate, that they're Confederate minted, and he's like, "Huh, these are $20 coins. How many are there?"
How many did I take from?
You have 23.
Well, I think I can count 23. it's a lot of money, I
everybody
think.
just sort of staring at that for a bit because this is quite a bit of money. Are you?
Well, they're
Are we
mine now.
telling the law about this? Says Painter finally.
Well, the only thing I'm going to tell the lodge, I'll just deliver the body and tell this guy tried to rob my house. I don't tell anything about the gold.
Sorry, the funny part is the opposite, right? You killed him because
Now-
you leaving money.
Does Chris know that you've got a house somewhere off his property somewhere, or would you have kept that to yourself until now?
Probably I kept that to myself. I'll just it's a I'll tell him, but it's just a generic area, not enough for them to find the exact spot for the. It's more the shack than a house. It's just.
It's not on anyone else's claim, right?
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the forest.
You might want to stake a claim to it. And he looks down at the money, just when you're able. Land is fairly cheap at the moment on account of the land grants, but yes. Yeah,
well, is this worth anything? The coins?
Well, I mean, for the gold alone, yeah.
It's the gold. Okay, just for the gold.
Well, depending, there are still states that haven't been brought into the union again, so it might be possible to trade them for their currency value, but I'm not a banker.
Well, probably I'll melt the coins.
Painter kind of laughs at Chris saying he's not a banker. He's like, well, now he's the banker. The first bank of out in the woods is open for business.
Yes. So I don't know if probably the sheriff is up now. No?
Yeah. But Chris is like, Brock, you go with him, and Painter, you and I need to stick around here and make sure nobody tries to get in here. Painter's been seeing people run around the last few days. I didn't credit it with much. My apologies, but it does seem like there's some people skulking around these parts.
Strangers? Or from town?
Well, it wasn't us, says Painter. So, I mean, my opinion is that even people from town are strangers, but no one I knew, but I didn't get a good look at them. Just people run around to and fro in the woods. Might be taking a shortcut to another homestead, but never hurts to be too careful, especially for bringing the kids out in this direction.
On foot?
Yes.
Okay. Probably I'll take I'll pay more attention to that in the future.
Not a bad idea.
Well, I'll just go now and deliver the body to the sheriff.
See you soon.
Bye. And I'll go to town.
Brock, if you're not too tuckered out from today's work, if you'd go along, I'd certainly be obliged.
Obviously, I'm tired, but yeah.
It'll get you out of the morning's work tomorrow. That's for sure.
That's good. I like that idea.
All right, the two of you ride into town. It's very quiet. There's action still going on in the saloons and a few of the hotels, but everywhere else is pretty quiet and lights are out.
And I'll go to the sheriff's office.
Yep. The marshal has an office, and you get there, and there's a kid deputy. He looks like he's in his early 20s. He's reading a paper, sitting there waiting on something to happen, and you come in with a body, and he springs too. What's
Night.
going on here?
Yeah, this guy tried to rob me.
How is he? And then he sees it. He's mostly missing a face.
Yeah, and I'll drop him to the ground. He's dead. Is the sheriff in?
The Marshall's abed at the moment, but I'll go rouse him.
Yeah, don't take too long.
And you are, sir, and he points at you, Brock. Were you a witness to this?
Tired. I am tired. Yes.
He tells you where the sheriff's house is, or the marshal's house is. He's like, I'll stay with the deceased and the suspect. If you'll go get the marshal for me, I'd be obliged.
Oh, he's asking me to do that?
No, he's asking Brock to go grab the marshal. You gather that he's worried that if he goes and gets the marshal, you won't be there when he comes back, and it'll just be him in a body.
Okay. Well, I'll take care of that.
Yeah, you go to the indicated house, knock on the door. A few minutes later, just a huge tower of a man shows up. He's well over 6 feet, very wide, very muscular, got a huge mustache. And yeah, he comes to the door. Yes.
There's a job for you.
He nods. Give me two moments to get decent. And a few minutes later, he comes out, with a shirt and pants on, puts his hat on his head. Lead on.
Okay, follow me.
All right. You once he sees you're heading back to the office, he's like, well, give me a sketch of what's going on here, if you don't mind.
I can draw.
Oh, give me a verbal summation of what is going on.
Okay, so I'll tell him what happened.
He takes a and well, here we go. He walks in the door, looks at the kid. He's like, Tim, why don't you head out on patrol for a little bit? I'll see you in a few minutes. And the kid's like, yes, sir, Marshal. And he's like, just patrol the block. Yeah. And then once the kid leaves, he's like, I apologize for that. He's not the best tool in my arsenal. So
It shows.
You shot this gentleman trying to break into your house outside of town.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Nope.
Do you know why he was trying to get into your home?
Nope.
You assume robbery?
I assume robbery, yes.
Is there anything of value in your home that you think he was after? Or just general?
My shotgun.
He gives a look. Huh? That's fair.
He didn't say much. He just pointed his gun at me, so I shot him.
He nods. Well, first thing, let's get this fella to the doctor. And so, yeah, the next half hour or so, you get him to the doctor. The marshal says, "Hey, give him a look over. You know, he's considered evidence at this point. And I'll get with you in the morning about your findings." So, in the meantime, let's the three of us take a ride out to your house, and we'll look the scene over there.
Do you have to?
To ascertain the facts, yes. There's an issue.
Okay, let's go. I don't like visitors that much, but come on.
Sir, I guarantee you, I will keep your privacy utmost in my thoughts, especially if your house is outside of town, because that is a bit beyond my immediate jurisdiction.
So I'll show them the way.
All right. So yeah, you guys ride up into the woods, and yeah, he checks the place out. Not a lot of light, so he's just doing it by lantern. He's like, yeah, I want to check this out by morning as well. But so he's standing here. Yeah, he sort of takes the the sounding of it, and so he opens your door.
Yeah, I was lying. He pointed me his gun, and I shot him.
Yeah, he finds a knife, and he's like, okay. So as it looks, he's taking the knife. He's throwing the bolt up on your door. That speaks to premeditation. Also, he's got his knife out. That makes him a danger. Did he have other weapons on him?
Yes, I told you, the pistol, and I didn't. I think I didn't kept the pistol. No.
Was it drawn?
Yes, he drew the pistol.
Did he have it out? Was he waving it at you? Did he shout,
Yes.
"Sir, I'm going to kill you"?
No,
anything,
no.
Anything of that nature that I should know about?
At the moment he pointed me the pistol, I shot him. I didn't wait for him to say anything.
No, well, I mean, man's pointing a piece at you. That's the time to act. Well, I would injunct you to remain within the territory and to be available should
Sure.
further investigation be necessary.
Yes, why not?
And your name, sir?
Oh, Harvey.
Probably he's asked that on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey. Yeah. Yes, and I tell him that also that I'm working at Cress Homestead. So.
No, I know. Yeah, I've met Mr. Chris and his delightful wife, and to a lesser degree his children, especially the youngin. He's a bit of a handful.
Yeah, he likes to
adventure, I believe is the term he uses.
Yeah, explore the world. Yes.
Well, you got roots. You got a job here. I see no flight risk, so just stay as you are. And as I say, if you flee the county or the territory, I will take that as a admission of guilt on your part. But circuit judge should be in around 3 weeks or so. We'll probably bang the gavel on this and get it decided pretty quickly. But yeah, I'll take all this down in evidence, and I appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah, you know where to find me.
I do indeed. Yeah, he gets up on his horse. Yeah, you staying here for the evening?
Yes, I'm going to stay here. I'll just say thanks to Brock, and I'll go and lie down.
You want some company back to the homestead, Mr. Brock?
Yeah.
Well, then I will bid you both good night, gentlemen. And then yeah, he heals his horse and gets flying back to his his warm bed. You assume it's still pretty late in the evening. So, Brock, you're on your way home, and Harvey, you're sleeping at your place again, right?
Yeah, but now I'm going to put some, some bells and whistles around the shack.
Okay,
just to be
in addition to the gravel.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the marshal notices the gravel trick, and he's pretty appreciative. Okay. So the next morning comes, and Dr. Reynolds,
Mhm.
you are you find out when you go down to get breakfast at the hotel that there's been a shooting in the middle of the night, and uh, basically someone lets Miss Press know that it was one of her husband's employees was involved in the
Oh, was
situation.
it
And
shot? Who was shot?
it was some fella from the stockyard was shot by
Okay.
Harvey.
Okay.
They're calling him Harvey Cool Hand Davids on account he's a salty dog. Your husband and Mr. Painter and Mr. Brock all seem to be perfectly okay, but Sheriff wanted to let you know in case that altered your plans any. And yeah, she's like, basically asked, is there any reason to think this was targeting the ranch or anything? And yeah, basically she gets the news that it happened off the homestead, and that her husband wasn't involved in any way other than employing the salty dog that shot a guy in the face with a shotgun.
Seems Harvey likes to shoot people a lot.
And yeah, they tell you that the Sawbones in town is looking at the body, but he's not the best. He's not the best hand at it on account of he's mostly just a bullet puller.
Okay, so do you want me to look at the body? Well, it's dead.
The sheriff or the marshal thinks about it like, well, got your doctor's certificate. I certainly wouldn't mind a second set of eyes on it.
Well, I will just have my breakfast and then I'll confirm if he's really dead.
Yeah, what's your sex appeal?
My sex appeal is 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah, I'm safe.
Yeah, you're a woman doctor, so don't sell yourself short. Yeah, the marshal gives you a look over. He's like,
Who knows?
yeah. If I get desperate, if it gets to be a woman drought in this town, I'll keep her.
Well, I guess I have all my I would have all my teeth, so that's
exactly all your teeth. And the one thing he knows about a woman doctor, very, very low chance of her having any difficulties down below. Like some of the girls here, like, oh, I'll tell you.
Okay.
He will ask you though if you intend on hanging your shingle in town.
Well, yes, once I have a space. I'm looking actually for, well, I'm working for what's the name of the guys? The family? Reynolds.
Cress.
You tell it. Yeah. Gotcha. You're working for, yeah.
Yes, but eventually I will, once my contract with them is over, I will probably open an office. But now I'm helping Mrs. Krass.
Yeah, she pats you on the shoulder and says, dear, we wouldn't stand in your way if there were better opportunities. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind hanging out at least till I get these youngins secured in the new house.
Meanwhile, I've been giving a hand when someone needs help. I'm a doctor after all. Cannot deny helping people.
Yeah, and the marshal thinks about it.
After all.
He's like, I tell you what, I'll talk to some people hereabouts that might be able to solve your location problem. Certainly would be a universal good for us to have another doctor or two. I'll let you know. Well, excuse me, ladies. I'll get back to my duties, but wanted to keep you informed. And yeah, he walks off, all 6'3" of him.
Hmm.
And yeah, you hear from the other people in the breakfast area that that he was basically a boxer back east and came out to be a marshal here. And yeah, he doesn't like guns. And cowboys don't much care for him not liking guns because he won't let them have them in city limits.
So
Well,
you'll
I'll tell
be
Miss Craswell, Mrs. Craswell, I'm not going to just leave you and your little ones as we agreed, but this town, these
Well, I
people,
don't think
they
it'll
really
harm
need
anything.
someone to give them, yeah.
I don't think it'll harm anything for you to spend the morning helping
Mhm.
out with this situation. It seems like it's darkened our door whether we wanted it or not.
Yes, it is. Well, I'll have my breakfast and then I'll have to see a bit of darkness.
Okay. Yeah, you head to the doctor's office, and yeah, it's ramshackle. He basically is a barber, a doctor, and a veterinarian, which probably means that he's only semi-licensed. You think he's probably like a war medic, maybe. And yeah, when you get in, he's checking things out. He's like, "Can I help you, ma'am?" And he
Yes,
tries
I'm
to cover
Dr.
the body real
Reynolds.
quick, so that your delicate woman eyes don't see it.
I'm Dr. Jen Reynolds. The marshal sent me. He said he could use some help.
Oh, he mentioned he was getting a second opinion. I figured it would be a
man,
how to say this.
a real doctor.
Yes,
Well,
I understand. Don't worry.
Are you going to be okay? He says as he's sort of tugs on the sheet covering the guy.
Yeah, well, he was shot, right?
He was shot in the face, he says,
Mhm.
and then just tugs down to show you the wound. Yeah, it's bad. Like he was shotgun shot to the face. He has a dislocated jaw. Yeah, he does.
Well, he's definitely dead.
Yeah, he is definitely dead. Yeah, and you roll me a medicine.
I rolled an 18, so with my bonuses, he's a 21, 22.
Okay, so yeah, you're checking him over, and yeah, you start giving the doctor your appraisal, and you seem to impress him. He initially was hoping you would faint or lose your breakfast or something when he pulled the sheet back. The fact that you maintained your composure disappoints him a bit, but as you get to discussing what's going on, he seems to brighten up to the fact that you know what you're talking about. As you're checking the guy, you do find on his left hand, you're looking for things like powder, burns, things like that, and you do see one of your arrows branded into this guy's thumb.
I wouldn't recognize him, right? Because I've seen him, but since Harvey shot him in the face, I wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, you probably recognize his clothing.
Okay.
Because you saw him earlier that day, basically.
So I would know that he was I don't know if I knew his name, but yeah, he was that guy from the.
Yeah, they called him straight shooter. Was what the what's his name? Hard Luck Hank called him that. Yeah. Back when he was just Hank. Well, no, he's Hard Luck Hank when he called him that because he already had the hook. He is a swift recovery, by the way. It occurs to me that he had the hook ready and roaring very quickly. He's a medical miracle. The doctor's crowing about, how we got that hook on him. He was off like a flash. Apparently, poverty will do that to you. And he gives a giggle. So are we agreed that there seems to be no particular misadventure here?
No.
You suspect that he was drunk. the alcohol burns out of the blood
Mhm.
pretty quickly, but it's still obvious, to the smell, which means that he had to have a lot of alcohol in him.
Mhm.
So you think he was 3 or 4 sheets into the wind by the time he got to where he handled or where he tried to handle Harvey.
Mhm. Well, was he in town? I'm asked the doctor if you know him. So was he in town for a long time?
No, I can't say I know him very well. He did come to help out Hank,
Mhm.
with his problem, and kind of kicked him in the rear to get him going again.
Mhm. Can I figure out where the guy lived and check his room, his hotel room or whatever?
Yeah, the doctor says he didn't get any information about that or anything, but well, I imagine you don't tell him that you want to
No, no,
check
I'm
his
not telling
room
why
out.
I
Yeah.
want. I will just say that yeah, it's to have some relatives that would like to be
Yeah.
warned, and I'll say it in a very womanly way.
He's like, I don't know that he had any next of kin, but a lot of people that work at the stockyard will live,
Mhm.
pretty close by. And he tells you, there's a section of town that, if you ask around there, they should be able to find a
Okay,
next of kin. But
I will look. Let's imagine that he has a mother or a sister that would like to know what happened to him. I just want to figure out where he slept. I want to check it
yeah,
out.
in all likelihood, that mother or sister is probably in Texas if he came up the trail. So,
Mhm.
but someone there or someone at the stockyard should be able to tell us. But honestly, let the marshal or his deputy handle that. We just testify to the facts of evidence as we find them.
That's a good idea. I'll ask the marshal. I'm not telling him that. But I'm going to go and look for the marshal.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you find him at the marshal's office. He's very drowsy, and he's probably on his third cup of coffee when you walk in. But he stands up. You know, doctor,
Hello, Marshal. Well, the
your
name
thoughts
is
on our.
definitely he's dead.
Well,
He was probably drunk.
I expected our top medical minds would work that out. Is there anything? Is there anything that I should know about his situation? Anything that stood out?
Well, he was very drunk.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for him, for sure. Do
Well, I've got information on where he was hanging his hat, so I'm going to check to see if there's next kin to notify.
well, if you want,
Uh,
I can check that. I can check that for you. I'm pretty sure you have more more important things to do. I wouldn't mind.
than undertaking my duties as a law enforcement professional.
No, just going. This is basically an errand, right? And just imagine if he has like a mother or sister that would like to know what happened to him. For
Well,
them.
I have to file it through my office, but
Mhm.
yeah, if you're keen to help out, and he slides you a scrap of paper that has basically it's not even an address. It's like like the third house down from the stockyard. It's basically a little map.
Yeah, bye.
That's where you're supposed to be hanging his hat. And from what I gathered from folks at the stockyard, his real name was Mortimer. Sorry, Mortimer Green's the wrong guy. It was Lawrence Mason,
Hmm.
but they called him Straight Shooter. Apparently, he was pretty good with a pistol and
Mhm.
really good with cattle.
Yeah, well, really bad for him that he was drunk. That he was really drunk.
Well, a lot of misadventure goes on in this town on account of long dusty trail and refreshments at the end of it. Too much money, too much booze here.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
have hit
oh
upon
shit.
the idea of denying firearms to this concoction, which has made it somewhat manageable.
Yeah, unfortunately you didn't ban them everywhere. Not outside of town.
Well, not my place to do that, I suppose.
Exactly. But it means that you are right.
Well, whatever you can find out, if you'll let me know, and I'll get a telegram sent off.
Yes, of course. I'll take care of that.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Doctor.
letting me help.
Oh, well, thanks for offering. Not something people often do around here. So yeah, he sets you off on your way. In the meantime, Brock, Davids, and Painter and Chris, the men folk meet up, and yeah, the idea now is that we got to build a fence as quickly as possible. We got to, stake this area out, maybe run some barbed wire.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to have horses or cows worth doing that for anytime soon, but something just to stake our territory out a little better might be worth doing.
Do we have already the wood and the wire, or we'll just have to go to town and get it?
Yeah, all the wood we have we're using for the house, but so yeah, if you guys will get get some decent wire. Have you done this before, either of you?
Well, it's just stake the wood on the ground and put the wire, right? There's nothing to it.
More or less, but I mean, you know what kind of wire we're looking for and that sort of thing.
Barbed wire?
There you go. You're a genius. He pats you on the shoulder. It sounds like you may be an unqualified expert.
Yes.
So yeah, Chris, gives you, very ironically, gives you some money from his funds to purchase the, the post and and whatnot, and says, try to smear that around as frugally as possible. We didn't expect to be doing this so soon.
We'll be taking the wagon, right?
Yeah, if you think it's warranted, take the wagon.
Yeah, it's better. So let's go, Brock.
Yeah, well, but I think I hurt my back during the night. I'm not sure if I'll be able to.
Yeah. You'll just be leading the horses. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll do the easy work.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, sitting on a wagon bench for an hour each way is not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, you can probably catch up, another half hour or so of shut eye if you get in the back.
Yeah. Yes.
So you roll into town. Brock is snoozing under the bench in the shade, and you're leading the horses in.
And I'm going to get the wood and the barbed wire.
Okay, you get to the general store, and there are, I think, 2 general stores in the town at the moment. Oh wow. And yeah, you walk into the first one, and the guy there immediately already, has a sense of who you may be.
Morning.
Gentlemen, what can I do for you today?
Well, I'll be needing all of your lumber, wood to make some fences and barbed wire.
Well, you won't be needing all of it, he says, and takes you into his store area. Are you who I think you might be?
Who do you think I am?
You're famous.
You the fella that you the fella that got in the fight outside of town with Hard Luck Hank?
Oh, yeah, that. Yes, yes.
I hear you have one more to your credit too. And he looks kind of cagey that may be saying more than he ought to.
Yes, but I'm not. I'm trying not to make that a habit. I just want people to leave me alone. That's why I live in the woods.
He nods at that. Well, here's the thing. If you've got time, there's a situation I've got going on that I might be able to pay you to help me solve.
I'm not a hard gun,
What about your friend? He says that did both of you take an appraising look at him and you're like, no. That one's been sitting out in the sun too long.
Yeah. But let me guess. Now the word around is that I'm a killer.
Capable with a gun. No,
Yeah.
we don't use that word. I mean, Marshall seems to think it was clean, and Lord knows Hard Luck Hank had been trying to get himself shot for a week at least. So it was bound to be someone.
Yeah, but tell me, your problem is does it involve violence?
It involves a fella that might need to be taught the benefits of staying away from a man's wife.
Oh, so someone is messing with your lady, right? Is that it?
I mean, I cannot say much further until we're talking business, but there might be someone with that situation.
Well, let me see if I can get early from this job, get off early. We'll talk then, okay?
Now, I'm not asking for the fellow to get shot. I'm just asking for him to get tarred a little bit. Maybe just, a whack or two might put him back to right.
How much are you paying?
$10.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
$10 back then, I guess.
Yeah, $10 is pretty decent. Which makes you wonder who this guy is.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Is this guy the Marshal?
I don't care if he's the Marshal.
Right, yeah. For $10, I'll still risk,
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come by later.
Is that good for both of you?
Yeah, probably yes. Brock is he's a killer. He doesn't show, but he's a killer.
I wasn't here when.
Oh, yeah. The general store guy wants to pay you guys $10 to shake down someone who might be hitting on someone's wife.
Okay.
And maybe knock him a few times.
Okay, let's beat him up.
So 5 each. Well, then I'll see you this evening. I'll be at the Alamo Saloon. We'll play some cards.
What's his name? I didn't get. Sorry.
Oh, this guy? He didn't give it yet. His name is Franklin Stewart.
Okay. Jesus. Just a moment. Okay, Franklin. Franklin Stewart?
Yep.
Okay.
Who is the guy we are going to beat up?
He is not said yet. He's actually not even confirming that it's his wife.
Okay, someone's wife.
Issue, yeah. So there's a lot of suppositional going on here.
Okay, now for the
But yeah,
goods,
he gets you
please.
the barbed wire and he gets you the post and a post hole digger. And he says, "Look, I'm loaning this to you." So he gives you a, basically a lease rate. So it's 25
Okay.
cents a week.
Yeah, it's for the Cress home.
Yes, but you're paying up front, right? So yeah, he takes down that on the lease certificate, and and lets you know, it's 25 cents per week, billed at the first of the week,
Yes,
until it comes back. So
yeah, I'll give him
but
some money.
I'm guessing you won't need it more than a week based on how many posts you've got here, unless you guys are putting off the project for a bit.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing you later.
Sounds good. Enjoy your fencing. That's
Bye.
high quality wire there. That's our very best barbed wire. So yeah, you make it back out. Roll me. Roll me. What's a good skill for this? I need to start using more than 3 skills. I think that's my goal for this. Yeah.
4 skills, the next step.
Right. I'm just building I guess survival or there's
Survival?
engineering, but do either of you have engineering? And
No,
that's a
survival.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot to
Only survival
I
here.
survival. I do have
Yeah,
survival.
survival.
I'm looking to see if anything makes more sense.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So survival is based on what? Wit?
No, survival in this case would be. I would
Range?
say, yeah, the agility for this, yeah,
Oh,
because I mean
agility?
you're
Okay.
building, yeah, so it's really
Okay.
your craftsmanship. So
Okay. So oh, 18.
okay, yeah, those are both pretty good rolls. So yeah, you spend the day, you spend the day putting up posts and just kind of quickly putting together, and basically you're running the wire under the assumption either of a horse coming through or a man coming through. Which is your preference?
Well, by what
How high you're gonna string the wire, basically.
Well,
Now,
I'm going.
if you string it for men, that will catch the bottom of the horse too. So
yes, probably for men.
okay. All right. Yep. So you guys,
yes, because the other guy
he's gone. You spend an awful lot of time getting Brock to do things because he's lazy.
Yeah, he's gone. Yes. Well, because the other guy said that there were people around the woods on foot, so I'm not going to spring it for a horse.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically go around the property line and just sort of run a slapdash, but serviceable. But with those rolls, you make a pretty good run of it. If somebody is making a concerted effort, it's not going to keep cows in or whatnot, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a surprise for anybody that doesn't come in through the gate. And yeah, you build a little gate for it too, just to finish things off. And that takes you the whole day.
Yeah, the whole day. Yes.
And it takes Brock at least half the day.
After they just saying,
right.
over there.
It's like every couple of posts, he will pitch in.
I'm too old for that.
So yeah, evening comes and it is time to head back. If you're going to head back.
Yeah, to town to kick someone
Right. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
In the meantime, Dr. Reynolds, you're going to check on straight shooters next of kin and such.
Yes. Well, I
All right.
actually want to check the place where he slept and his personal objects, just to get him to the sheriff and to be sent to his next of kin, of course.
Gotcha. Yep. The sheriff
I
will
have
give
no
them to the
interest in
marshal, and the
checking.
marshal will take
Yes.
care of
Mhm.
them.
Good.
So yeah, you go to the bunkhouse that you've been told he was at, and when you get there, it's morning, so there's not really anybody there. The place is closed up, and there's a caretaker lady that looks like she's running like 2 or 3 bunkhouses. She comes over and she's like, they're all at the stockyards. Is there something you need, ma'am?
Well, one of them died last night.
Oh no, which one?
I know his name, right? The marshal told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was shot.
Yeah, his name is Lawrence Mason. Or
Yes,
Larry
Lawrence
Mason. Yeah.
Mason, yes, he was shot.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But not surprising.
Yeah, I
He was
heard.
a bit of a grumpy drunk.
Yeah, I think he was drunk. Yeah. Well, I don't think I know. The marshal said I'm doing a favor to the marshal, well, because he's and I would do you have do you know the place where he slept, his belongings? So I will take them to the marshal. We need to find who is his next of kin. Oh, and I am Dr. Reynolds, by the way.
She's
Yeah.
impressed. Like, you're a doctor.
Yes, I'm a doctor.
A real
I
doctor?
went to town a couple of
Well, that's great. With all these Longhorns coming in,
yeah.
there's a pretty good chance of us getting all of us getting the Spanish fever.
Yes,
I think I've got a little touch of something.
Oh, do you want me to take a look at you?
Yeah, she just starts describing symptoms, and you're like, I think that's gout. You've got the consumption. We're gonna have to put leeches on you. These are the very best leeches. I'm the Gregory House of leeches. Yeah, you give her some free advice and maybe arrange to have a longer
Once I have a place,
consultation with her.
I'll tell her that I'm looking to the marshal is helping me to have a place so I can.
Meanwhile, she takes you into the
Actively.
bunkhouse, and it's like a series of bunk beds. Two on top of each other, and she takes you to one that has his lockbox and whatnot. She's like, I don't really have a key or anything to it, but this is his box here.
Okay, well, let's check it. Because I'm assuming it's too large to carry, right? So I'll just open and see what's there.
Yeah, it's actually built into the bunks, like, but there is a little like a lock flap, and then there is a padlock through it, and the padlock is closed.
Okay, well, but I guess he had a key on him.
Well, roll a d6. Odds or evens. Evens, you'll have the key. Odds, you'll have to go get it.
6.
Okay, so yeah, you had the presence of mind. You check the key. Yep, sure enough. The padlock comes open. You open up the thing, and there's a couple of sets of clothing here, a small diary, and just some miscellaneous stuff, ammunition box, that sort of thing.
Okay, so the
his
diary
gun was already with him, so.
So I'll take the diary. Anything of value to send to the family?
I mean, presumably all of it has some value. So yeah, you can just sort of, she'll give you a burlap sack and you can kind of bag it all up.
Okay, and meanwhile, before going to the marshal, I'm going back to the hotel to rest and read the diary.
Okay. All right, you get the diary is a list of names. It's 30 names, and all but seven of, or sorry, all but six of them have been struck out.
Hmm.
Oh, a kill list.
Well, I'm going to keep the diary and just give
Okay.
the rest to the marshal. There's nothing there to identify the next of kin.
Now roll me. Yeah, I'm guessing you're looking at this diary pretty good. So roll me a search, but give yourself a +2.
Okay, well, I rolled a 19, so 19, 20, 22, 23.
One of the names that is crossed out on this list is your sister's name.
Mm. My sister's name.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah, Julie Reynolds, Boston, Mass, is struck out here.
What the hell was she doing?
It's a really good question.
Is there any other name that I recognize?
With that role, yeah, there are probably a couple of other people in Boston that that you do recognize. One of which is the state senator
Okay, that she killed.
she is accused of shooting. Yeah. Now he was struck out much earlier. Like you can kind of see from the, what was used to strike them out. Yeah, like how, in what order they were. You assume that they were written in the order that, the whatever, the order that they were learned about, but they were struck out in the order that something else happened. And so, yeah, you see that her and the senator are struck out at different times.
She never told me why she killed the senator, right?
She refused she refused to say much about what was going on.
Okay, this is
You
concerning.
took that to be that she was afraid that people at the jail were listening in, which is probably not a bad assumption. Yeah.
Well, this is strange.
Yep. This is plaguing news indeed. But you do manage to think at least I'm not digging post hole holes and running barbed wire right now, because that would suck. It's a good thing I'm getting paid as much as they are to not do that.
I'm probably not being paid as much as they are because I'm a woman, so I'm being paid less.
It's patriarchy.
You're getting farmhand.
Even if I'm a doctor,
farmhand wages. So. But it's because you're a doctor, because you have to be 10 times better just to keep up.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I feel bad. As a man, I want to apologize both to you and your character. There actually is a really good book about women doctors in the frontier, because they used to run ads around that time that, like, doctor wanted, but women need not apply. And the further out into the frontier you got, the less that was the case. So it was not uncommon for women doctors to be frontier doctors.
Yeah, because they couldn't be picky, right?
Right. And if you were a stunning British actress with blue eyes who was an ex-Bond girl,
yes,
you were made in the shade.
He had blue
So
eyes.
yeah, you review this, and then you spend some time hanging out with the kids,
Yes.
and yet again the son has gotten himself into some misadventure. He has apparently run off trying to see if he can see the dead guy.
I think he needs a spanking.
Yeah, well, many people agree on this. Right? The mother is more than happy to oblige in that once he is recovered. The evening comes, and you guys have finished up your activity and gotten back to town.
And go meet this Franklin Stewart at the.
Yep. And you carry a message. Yeah, you carry a message to the wife on behalf of your boss. He wrote her a little letter just to explain that, like, he wasn't shot, and he's basically laying out what she's already heard from Scuttlebutt. But he sends you by the hotel with a letter. So for a brief moment, all three of you are together.
Oh. Evening, doctor.
Hello, gentlemen. How was your day?
Very intense.
Building a fence.
I think I have a problem in my back. You have some medicine for me?
Do you want to look at his back?
I think I need the.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at his back.
Roll me a medicine.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, you spot after a little bit. He's describing his backache, which you're pretty sure is bullcrap. Like, you're like, oh, you have the worst case of hypochondria I've ever seen in my life. Like, I see the problem. You have a bone right here in your leg.
I'll give him a cream to put, but something else will give him some.
Gotcha. Now, what you do find on him though is he's got a big tick that he's picked up that is like, it's eating well, is what I'm saying.
You got the big wax?
A tick, which is like an insect that gets your blood. Yeah. So you pull this off of him, and you're like, man.
And that's showing to him.
That thing, it has to be the biggest sack full of Spanish fever I've ever seen in my life. But...
You can weaponize it.
Yeah.
That was my friend.
Oh, but I wanted to ask Harvey about the guy he shot.
No, he tried to rob me.
He tried to rob you?
Well, he was hiding money at my shack.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and I show her one of the coins.
Oh, interesting. That's Confederate. Was he hiding anything else?
I don't know. He didn't have time to say anything or to do anything. I don't like strangers just to go inside my house and do funny business.
Yeah, you remember that after the shot to the face, he probably wasn't in the talking box at that point, having dislocated part of his jaw.
Yeah, you need to be more. Yeah, you should have been softer. That way, you could have asked him questions. Like, for example, I had my Well, this is strange, right? Confederate money, so maybe.
I don't care. He was invading my shack, so I don't ask many questions.
Maybe he had accomplices.
Oh, if they show over there, I'll just greet them in the same way. But if they have money, they can leave that money there. And then I shot them.
That is a good order to do it in.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell them about I don't trust them yet to tell them about my issues. So.
Okay.
It's strange.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, did I saw the guys in my photo? I would remember him before his face being shot.
Say
In
again?
in that photo that I have of the regiment, is that guy? Can I recognize him?
You can't from his face. Well, roll a brains avoidance check to see if you remember him from the brief
Yeah.
time you met him.
I rolled a 12 and my brain is 13, so it's just by one I passed.
Well, that's good enough. Yeah. You pretty sure it's, the third guy from the right. Yeah.
Correct.
And now me and Brock have a guy to scare off. Right?
Go.
Can we borrow the tick? I'm assuming you throw the tick into a fire, yeah.
Yes, of course. Are you going to kill him? Stop killing people.
Yeah,
I haven't killed
when
anyone yet.
I'm stepping all over your dialogue here. So you guys are headed to the Alamo Saloon.
Yeah, to the saloon, yes.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna go with them because I want to have some fun. So I guess I'm going to them with them to the salon because I'm tired of babysitting the kids.
Okay, so you're going to go along for the salooning and not for the business. Okay, so the three of you pull into the Alamo Saloon, which is in full tilt. When you get in, piano player is plinking away a happy song. There's a couple of girls in froofy flamenco dresses dancing the can on the bar as men,
You see, Doctor,
hoot and holler.
that's what usually women do around here.
Yeah,
Well,
they both have
enough of them.
doctorates in modern dance. It was
real,
easier to have, it was easier to have a doctorate in modern dance then because there was so little of it. They have not yet. There's so much more dance now. So yeah, the place is in good, fit condition, and yeah, sure enough, your Mr. Stewart is sitting at a table, basically, and as cowboys come up, he sort of shoos them away, telling them private game or what have you until you guys show up. And then he's like, gentlemen, have a seat.
So, what now?
Cards. You play poker?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah, he starts dealing, and basically, yeah, once you get going, he tells you like, the gentleman over there in the blue hat. He's getting a little fresh with my son's new bride, and I can't abide that for much longer. So he's from the trail. So if you guys could encourage him to be gone by tomorrow, I would certainly appreciate that.
The man is a young man. It's old.
Yeah. He looks like he's early 20s. He's hamming it up with a collection of other trail riders. From the looks of it, they're kind of on the tail end of their money, so he might be set to head down the trail pretty soon anyway. But apparently the time that he has been here, he has not been using very well.
Okay.
And yeah, you gather that maybe you're also supposed to, point out to him that if he returns, and that would probably not be a great idea, he should return with a little more respect for the locals.
Okay, so how you want to do this, Brock? Outside, here?
Better outside.
Get him alone? Get him alone, right?
And in the midst of playing this game, he magically loses $5 to each of you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're pretty sure no one has looked at their cards through this whole, process.
So then we'll just wait for him, the other guy, to go to leave, to go outside.
Yeah, he collects his cards and says, "Well, gentlemen, I think I've lost enough for the night. Good evening to you," and he excuses himself.
Yeah, better luck next time.
Wait a minute, is that the mildly attractive new doctor at the bar there?
Yeah, go and try your luck.
I've got a line for this. "Hey, doctor, I think I have the Spanish fever."
Yes, you do.
And then I found out you weren't Spanish. But
No, I'll just wait for the other guy, the supposed romantic adventure to go outside.
okay, yeah, he gets up and you think he's going out to the outhouse, and yeah, his buddies, don't really say much as he's going, so you assume, yeah, his intent is to come back, but
Okay. So
you guys follow him out.
Yeah, bro. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, roll me stealth roll. It's gonna.
With agility, right?
Oh, roll a night roll 20.
Yeah. Oh wow. So yeah, you're like
+2.
The first good roll I had.
that is. Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's just that you're such an economy of motion kind of guy that you barely seem to move.
Yeah. For me, it's a 16.
Is that Cigar Indian following me? What was your roll?
16 total.
16. Okay. So yeah, he stumbles out to the outhouse, and he gets there, and he's like, psst, psst. He's making call noises into the woods, and a few moments later, you see a young schoolmarmy looking woman come by. She's like, he starts talking to her, and they're in hushed voices.
Can I get anything from what they're saying?
Yeah, well, probably Brock gets closer with that roll. So
yeah,
they're she's like, I don't feel particularly right meeting you out here. So unseemly. And he's like, we can't worry about what's seemly. Have you packed your things? Are you ready to go? She's like, I'll be ready to go tomorrow, just as you've asked. He's like, well, I'll meet you by that tree where that fella shot the guy's hand off. She's like, oh yeah, everyone's talking about that.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Now people will, that's to give locations. That's where he shot the guy, that's where he shot the hand off.
What you want to do? You want to head out of town, head for the tree where the guy's hand got shot off, and then take a left and go to the place where they hung that fella that time. If you get to the spot where them engines scalped the guy, you've gone too far. You need to come back and look for the rock where they broke that guy's skull. Yeah, it's a town where those are probably the type of instructions you get.
Landmarks.
But yeah, he tells her he's going to meet her, and that they're going to head off back to Texas.
Okay, so she's a hooker. Let her go.
So we'll wait for her to go, or?
Yep. Or you can, yeah. So.
Well, after she's gone.
Okay. Yeah, she sneaks off. After they trade a few kisses, and she giggles her way off, and traipses on light feet back into the shadows, and he traipses on heavy feet into the outhouse to relieve himself, because romance is very much dead after she leaves the scene.
So let's get him while he's taking a dump.
Yeah.
Then shoot him while he's sitting on the.
You
No, we're not going to shoot him.
Oh, you're not going to shoot him, okay?
you open the door.
Yeah, just abruptly
Right. Yeah,
open the door.
You pull the door, and boom, the catch grabs, and you hear "Occupado" from the inside.
And I'll just punch him in the face.
Oh no, you don't get the door open. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
you pull
I
it,
can't open. You can.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
are you gonna force it?
Oh no.
'Cause when you
Well,
pull it, he's like "Occupado." And then,
okay.
yeah.
So in that case, I'll kick the door in.
Okay.
I help you kick it.
Okay, gotcha.
It's really
No,
kicking.
or even better, we just can't. On each side we can put the damn
Double it
thing
down.
down. Yeah.
Oh man.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, you put your roll me some strength rolls here.
It's avoidance or
It's just a skill roll, and if you
Oh,
have
okay,
athletics, I guess you can add that in.
oh yes, I have athletics. Jesus,
Okay.
yes. Why the hell do I have athletics?
I
Doesn't
rolled
matter.
a 17.
Okay.
And I roll 19.
All right. So that is
No, not roll, total 19.
Yeah. 17, 19. All right. Yeah. With that, you take a good run at it. You have to put your shoulder into it and then back off and give it another really good try. And this is when Brock's back trouble is revealed to be complete horse crap, because like midway through he just grunts like, and then boom. Yeah, and the whole kit and caboodle goes peeling over. So yeah, now you have a big hole that leads down into, well, best not to think about what it leads to, but yeah. Now the outhouse is kind of just slammed, and yeah, at this point the latch comes open and he's pulling himself out of the door, and yeah, he comes up ready to roll.
I'll grab him by the collar. Yeah, by the pussy, by the collar, and I'll just say to him, well, it seems that you are having quite a time with the local ladies. Are you?
What's it to you?
I'll slap him.
Okay.
And then
he doesn't feel like being slapped, but go ahead and roll it, and then he'll make his rebuttal if you don't.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if he has rhetoric in his skill list.
13.
13. 13 for him will be enough to. And you're just giving him a little tap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like
yes.
A point or two.
Yeah, just two.
Okay, yeah. Roll a d6. 1 through 3, it's a 1. 4 through 6, it's a 2 point.
Oh, 1 point.
Okay. You slap him, and he's like, "Dang!" And yeah, then he swings you, but a 12 is not going to be your defense, is it?
Well, my defense is 11.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he gives you he gives you a pretty good hit. 5 points of punching damage.
I think I have to shoot him.
5 points? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. He maxed out. So.
Okay.
I'll point again at him.
He looks betrayed that you are not aware that there are not pistols allowed in city living.
I don't care.
But that does put him to a pause. So he's like, he gives the gun the respect it deserves.
Be
Well,
quiet.
and I'll punch him in the stomach.
Now you
Okay.
can punch him
And I'm going to do damage. Try to do damage, not just
Okay.
tap.
I mean, that's fair. He gave you a pretty good slug in the head.
Yeah. So I got to hit 14.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And damage, it's a d6?
Yep.
3.
Or not. No, it's a D4, but your
Oh,
strength
it's
you
it.
can add your.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's a d4. Oh,
Yeah, you're not punching pistols.
yeah. So it's a 4.
Okay, yeah. So bam, that takes the wind out of him, and he at this point he's wondering if you're just going to hold the gun on him and just beat the fire out of him. And I guess that brings us to the question: are you just going to hold the gun on him and beat the fire out of him?
No, I'll just for now I'll just straight him up and say, well, mister, it's bad for your health to try to sway the local women to do something else that they're not. Or should I say, well, just stop seeing that girl. Tomorrow you'll just go away and never come back. If you do, well, you know what happened to you.
What do you care?
And I'll punch
Her
him in the
father
face.
sends you?
And I'll punch him in the face now.
Okay. That's my money maker.
God. Oh, to hit. Oh, 19, so plus something, yes.
Okay.
And
This
the
poor young fella.
Yeah. Oh, now it's 5 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's probably enough. Oh wow. Yeah. That he's done. He's like, whatever. I'll get out of town. But you
It's better
tell her you did this. You don't make her think that I left her.
And I'll kick him in the butt. Go now.
Let me get my things from the bunkhouse and I'll be out of town. You can follow me.
I'll look at Brooke. What? Do we let him get his things or no? No. Out now.
All right. No horse, nothing.
Well, do you want to keep your trousers or not?
Look, if you throw me out now without a horse or any way to get home, I'm gonna have to come back to town at some point.
Well, if you come back, to town at some point, you'll be shot.
He thinks about it and fine, and yeah, he starts walking out of the area of town. What's around here? He finally turns around and asks after he's a pretty distant away.
I don't care. Go.
If I walk to Arizona, what are you doing? He just looks up to like trying to figure out from the stars which direction. You see, okay, North Star. So yeah, he starts heading due southish. But yeah, he looks kind of torn up about it.
Okay, I think our job is done, right?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. This was
Okay.
hard work.
Let's go drink.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you head back
Yeah.
and get yourselves a drink. In the meantime, Doc, what are you doing at the saloon? You just
Well, drinking.
Okay,
Why not? Like a lady, of course.
of course. So pinky out, tea
Tea,
with a little
drinking tea.
doily, with a little doily under it. Maybe a little cucumber sandwich.
Oh, why?
So
Why?
refreshing. So refreshing. Yeah, you managed to get
Let me
get
just tell Miguel that I fed the cat because I think he may be okay. Não vi que papinhas
cat
lá em
wars.
casa. Because she may sometimes takes advantage to eat twice. She'll ask me, then she go to him saying, "Oh, I'm starving."
Oh, she's playing mom and dad against
Yeah.
each other. I'm looking for carousing here to see if we can get you in trouble. I mean, give you an opportunity to stretch your role playing muscle.
Was that the cat?
He
Okay.
doesn't like to be held. Hmm.
Okay, as you are carousing, a gentleman who is sitting next to you, strikes up a conversation with you about the trail and, all of this, all this stuff about the Spanish fever and the whole thing.
Oh,
You realize that this is on a lot of people's minds. But when he gets up and wishes you a good evening because he's getting a little tipsy, he leaves behind a piece of paper on the bar.
That's for me or for them?
You're not sure. You don't think he meant to do it.
Okay. Oh no, but who? But did you? Am I the one? Are we the three of
for
us
you.
together?
Yeah,
Yes,
while
okay.
you were at the bar,
Okay.
this fella
Well,
strikes up a conversation, and then when he leaves
I'm
behind this folded
so
piece of
I
paper.
will. I'm being a busy body, so of course I'm going to check it.
It is a little map that he's drawn out of somewhere on the trail, and he has marked a little X on it.
I didn't check his thumb, did I?
You didn't what?
Check his thumb.
Yeah. I'm assuming that you are.
I'm checking everybody's.
Yeah, checking thumbs. There is no. He did not have any sort of.
Well, what could that be?
Eu provei. Vem cá. Huh?
I'm wondering if I'm going to be a nice Samaritan and go after him, and say, "Oh, you forgot your," but I don't think I will. I'll just keep it.
Okay.
Onde é que eu como?
All right, you keep the map. And let's see, you other two, as you're drinking. Oh,
yes,
it'd be very funny if you get the same event. Yeah, okay, so yeah, as you're drinking, you overhear some cowboys across from you talking, and they're like, "Man, Pete Pugh is so pissy today. He's so mad about his friend, turning up dead. He was I don't know. I didn't think they knew each other that well. He was very curious about all the details. I think he's going to go talk to the marshal tomorrow."
Is that something that she hears or us?
That's something that you two hear. Yeah.
Ah, okay. What was the name that the guy said?
Pete Pugh.
Pete Pugh is the guy that is going to talk to the sheriff, right?
He's going to talk to the marshal. Yeah.
To the marshal. Okay, sorry.
Who may or may not speak to the sheriff when there is one.
Is so Pete Pew, I assume by the conversation that isn't here, right?
No, they're talking about him behind his back.
Okay. So Pete Pew is quite concerned or not very happy with his friend being killed.
That's someone you killed? You're doing all the killing around here. You killed Pete's friend? Who was Pete's friend?
See, this is what happens when you combine a gun with a work ethic.
Well, I'll just see if Pete if this Pete comes back to the table.
He does not for the remainder of the night. You think it's somebody maybe they work with.
Oh, okay.
Because they sort of badmouth a couple of other people too, like Freddie's just not pulling his weight. I tell you, every chance we turn around, he's up in the hayloft or pretending he's got a bad back or whatever. And Brock, you're like, man, this guy sounds very put upon. I don't know what these people are riding him for. Y'all need to give back pain the respect it deserves. The man could have a huge tick, sucking his life essence out of it.
Well.
Yeah, you gather that they work at the stockyard.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I'll just keep an eye on see if anyone is looking at us funny.
No, a few people you think are talking about you, but you think it's either in connection to one of the two people you have shot in the last few days.
Well,
it could be someone saying that man looks like he knows how to put up some barbed wire, but you don't think so.
Well, but the only persons that know that I shot the other guy in the face, it's me, the marshal, and the doctor, and the Brock.
And the marshal's deputy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, okay.
And anyone that was around when the marshal came to explain at breakfast to the women what had happened. Yeah, there's probably
the other doctor, right?
Right. But the important thing to remember is that in Abilene, Kansas, so much is going on that everyone wouldn't talk about the guy that shot a guy last time. So it probably hasn't gone much further than that.
Okay.
You think there are probably people in the western part of the territory that haven't heard yet. Okay. But you sit that kid out there, so he's probably going to tell them when he gets there. Who threw you out of town? Well, funny you should ask.
do you know the story of that guy was shot in the face? Well, I'll just have to look up for this Pete Pew.
Yeah, and you also do overhear that a couple of his buddies realize that your guy isn't coming back. And a few other guys figure out that the outhouse has been tipped over. So yeah, there's a lot of drama surrounding the rest of the evening.
Yeah, so I'll keep on drinking, I don't care. I don't.
Now here's the problem, is that eventually, if you drink enough, you're going to have to fix the outhouse situation.
Well, I'll just pay for the fixing to the bar owner.
You just wait for someone else to fix it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Almost certainly that will get done at some point in the evening. They will manage to ride it, but it won't ever really be the same. Whoever put their back into knocking this thing over was as strong as an ox.
Well, funny thing, it was a guy with a tick and the Spanish fever.
He has the powers and abilities of a tick now.
Yeah.
It was a radioactive tick.
Well, isn't there a TV series, The Tick?
Yeah.
There is. Yeah.
Okay. So There it goes. The origin of the superhero.
So yeah, you managed to get back to your respective homes for the evening.
Yeah, I'll go back to check and try to keep an eye out for anyone who tries to go there, or try to see if there
Okay,
was.
so you're going to your house. Okay, roll
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
roll me just a d20.
Okay. Oh, 20.
Okay. Yeah, you spend the evening there, nice and safe as houses. Like a real house, not just a shanty out in the middle of the woods, which is ironic because that's where you were. But yeah, you spend the evening safely.
Okay.
And yeah, the next morning comes, and yeah, you guys are back on house building duty. So the fence, painter seems to be very happy with it. And then yeah, roll me two agility, roll me a agility avoidance roll each.
My agility is 14. 8. Pass.
Okay.
With the avoidance roll?
Yeah, an agility avoidance roll, yeah.
Yeah, I pass.
Okay, yeah. So you guys work with no incidents or whatnot, and managed to do pretty good, pretty decent job. He's building a 2-story house with a little bit of an attic to it. So there's a lot of framing and stuff that you're doing, but you've been on it a few weeks at this point, or I guess a couple of weeks at this point, and it's coming along pretty well. You think probably by the end of the month they'll be able to move in, and
Okay.
you guys can get to building the barn and things like that. With the wife seeing to the victuals and such, which is good because Painter just makes beans day after day after day. Okay, and Dr. Reynolds, you again pull yourself up and go down and have a sumptuous breakfast of scrambled eggs and lightly cooked kibasas and
Bacon.
yeah, and you're just like, oh, so luxurious. So glad I'm not eating beans out in the woods, framing a house. That'd be worse than running barbed wire almost. So yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing with your next few days here?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I made at some point to go try to figure out what is that map that I had on the trail, but I'll need to convince them to go with me.
Okay. Are you checking with anybody about it, or?
Maybe if I'm taking one of someone that some of the guys that work there that can be a little bit stupid, and I can just, if I'm doing them medical service, I can just ask, oh, do you know where this is?
Okay. So
if they had any idea.
Yeah, you ask a guy, after kind of getting a sense of whether he'll have any, like, what do you think this is? And he's like, oh, that's a segment of the Chisholm Trail. And he tells you that, yeah, it's probably about 3 days ride from here. It's just a segment off the trail. He thinks that it's a trail store, like a little house that's built as kind of a general store and supply store and whatnot along the trail. Yeah, it's either there or it's very, very close.
So I'm wondering if it makes sense to go there, just to go to a store. But why would the guy have a map with a store marked?
Yeah, that's strange. Yes, the store.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll ask them when I have the chance, when I meet
Okay.
them, ask what they think about it. Maybe there's someone there that Harvey would like to shoot.
I mean,
Well,
he's doing so well.
well, I'm a local, so do I know that trail and the store over there?
Yeah, you know the Chisholm Trail, yeah. Now the store, roll me a brains roll, and then if you have I guess navigation.
Oh, forget it. No, just brains. Survival, no?
Yeah, if you use survival, give yourself a -1 just because it's kind of a local.
Yeah. So 17 total.
Okay. Yeah, you do know of you know that there are periodically little stores and whatnot that are set up, and there's even like a little business of running supply trains up and down the trail to see to these, between here and Texas, people run supplies out, and there's a decent amount of money to be made there, just keeping people going. And it's for little things like medical attention or yeah, medicine, water, oats, hardtack,
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah.
So and yeah, kind of the kind of the Western equivalent of a convenience store, except much more, survival oriented. And yeah, this one is in a place called Rattlesnake Canyon.
Okay. Rattlesnake Canyon. So you want to go there? Why?
I don't know. A guy had a map with this, and I was just wondering why would the guy had a map? Well,
With the store?
with the store, yes.
Well, so it's a
Maybe I'm just bored.
It's a
That
3 days riding.
Yeah, I'll tell him that kid is insufferable. I can't stand it anymore. The little snot.
Well,
And the daughter is even worse.
Yeah, that's true. I need to roll to see if he gets a sin of adventure
Yeah.
off of this. Okay. Oh, speaking of adventures and misadventures, a big rumor going around the town is that the local school marm, who is the daughter of the guy that runs the general store, is all heartbroken and nobody knows why. And she's moping around town, something fierce.
okay. So, do you think we have the time? At least we're talking about 6 days. Yes, 3 to go there, 3 to come back. Can we go?
That house is not going to build itself, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We can ask. We can ask Mr. Kress if we could.
Take a leave of absence.
Just tell him that we found a side quest.
I think that sounds very, very, very nice. I'm
not working, right?
Yes.
Not working sounds very nice.
Okay,
a small holiday. Well,
we need some rest now.
Well, we can talk to.
Well, there's
Mr.
just some
Kress.
supplements that I need to get there, medical supplements. Do you think you'll believe it?
Well, let's go and try to talk to him.
Okay.
Okay. You get an appointment with him at his house where he's building it. Yeah, where Painter said you wanted to talk to me?
Okay, let the lady talk.
Yes.
Doctor, what do you think of the place?
Oh, it's coming up very, very fine, very handsome. It's almost done, right? I can't believe
Yeah,
how fast
very,
they
very,
are.
very close. Yeah.
Yeah, they look tired, especially Brooke.
I have a back problem. That's killing me.
We've heard. He doesn't say at length, but it's implied. So,
Well, we were wondering if it's okay if we take a little absence during a week to go get some medical supplies.
oh,
You
well,
do know
if
people keep going about the Spanish fever, and maybe there are some things that we may need to make sure that we are ready in case something happens.
well, yeah, if Mary is okay with you taking time, then
Yeah, well,
then
I wouldn't
I'm.
go. I would go by myself normally, but I don't think really that would be
Oh,
proper.
I
I was
understand.
thinking about taking Brooke and Mr. Davies with me.
Gotcha. Well, he thinks about it. No, I think that's a good idea. I think we've all been pushing pretty well. Most of us have been pushing pretty hard on this,
Mhm.
and I think we've made a pretty good effort. So, how many? 3 days, you're saying?
Yeah, 3 days to go and 3 days back.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I'll head into town.
You also should rest and be with your wife, yes, and the kids.
Painter, is that okay with you? He's like, yes. And he agrees way too quick. You're like, wait. And yeah, like there's something in you that says that he is going to spend this time booby trapping stuff to catch these people, right?
Hmm.
But he agrees way too quickly. You know, we better be very careful coming back on the property when we get back. So yeah, he approves. Yeah, he approves a general holiday for a few days, and yeah, he goes to be with the wife and kids, which you realize is a trap, but he doesn't. And yeah, he lets you borrow the wagon for a few days to get medical supplies. And in his mind, you think that you're just going to go and get like, you know, barrels of laudanum or something. You don't know what he's imagining, but he sort of turns you loose. And on that note, the marshal does approach you
Mhm.
and says, you know, I talked to some of the potentates of the city, and we are going to begin building you an office facility,
Oh, marvelous.
which will be held in trust by the city, but
Mhm.
you'll be able to operate it as a clinic, and keep the proceeds thereof. Uh, you'll have to handle supplies and such, but
Mhm.
we'll build the facility.
Yeah, that's marvelous because I just arranged with Mr. Tanner for me to go to get some supplies out of town.
It'll probably take, you know, a couple of weeks for us to get it
Mhm.
up and going, but we'll get you something to represent. Uh, we got a lot of good men with good backs, and he doesn't say it, but you gather that they probably are not also not been bitten by a huge tick. Like it's probably not going to take them long at all. So yeah, they turn you loose to head down the Chisholm Trail. So yeah, who wants to drive the wagon as you know
Well, I think
southward ho?
Brooke is the guy. Brock, sorry.
My name is not
Oh,
Brooke.
are you?
Well,
Yeah?
you want to make
Brooke
him
could be
work.
a nice name for an old man in the Western. Hey, Brooke. No.
Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have pilot or
What?
or
Pilot?
or
No, I don't have anything like that.
anything wagon
No.
driving? I guess
No.
riding is probably
I don't even have riding. I can't do anything.
really okay.
Well, I have animal training. I don't know if that
I have
helps,
tracking.
but
I can track things.
Yeah, roll animal training. But
just to see if the horses don't run away.
yeah, just to keep them in order and make good time.
15?
Okay, yeah. You don't feel like you've gotten the best out of them you could have, but you know, the trail is pretty, you know, is pretty well worn, and you know, people have been bringing cattle and such up and down it. It's pretty easy to track it, but it is a little muddy and, you know, not super wagon friendly. But yeah, you manage in about a day and a little change to get to the area where the Rattlesnake Canyon uh, trail store is. And it's a little house and a general store kind of, you know, combined together. And yeah, a little kid comes out to meet you. Hello, strangers. Welcome to
Hi.
Rattlesnake Canyon. What do y'all need?
Oh, let us see what you have, and I'll just.
Yeah, he starts listing off all the stuff. We got oats, we got some salt, we got, you know, he goes over. Y'all make use of the horse trough there if you want for your animal. Come on inside.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see what they have of medical supplies. Instead, what's supposed to we came to get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much first aid type stuff. They have laudanum and bandages, and they've got you know, tinctures and things like that. Mustard pack equipment, you know, nothing too fancy. They also have a whole bunch of tobacco here that is for medicinal purposes, but feel free to buy it for other reasons.
Chewing tobacco?
Chewing and smoking, yeah. Not a whole lot of difference at this point.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, they've got a panoply of things here, but it's mostly of the first aid type stripe. And
Okay.
yeah, the father's running the place. So once the kid draws you in, you know, he asks you what sort of things you're looking for or what brings you here.
Well, for me, it's just tobacco and whiskey.
Okay, he will sell you that. He tells you take it easy on the whiskey until you get to Abilene, because you know if you get two in your cups between here and there, you might get lost or get dehydrated. It's not a good idea, but
yeah, don't worry.
I will make a conversation with him and just ask if if he has been seeing anything weird on the trail.
Well, not weird, but everybody's acting kind of strange of late. You know, of course, homesteaders and the wranglers are always up at each other's throats because they keep having to kind of veer the trail a little bit. And he shows you on the map, like he has a big map of the territory, you know, on the wall for travelers and stuff. And, you know, he's got like a "you are here" sort of thing. And you look at that map and you're pretty sure this paper that you have is a tracing off of this map. Like it's the same dimensions, you know, and same scale. So you think whoever put this like butcher paper over it just drew off of this map and made the X from it. And so yeah, he's telling you, you know, they've had to move the trail further and further west to avoid homesteaders as they're coming out. And yeah, he's sort of just making conversation with you about it. So, you know, the trail has changed a little bit over the years, but I mean, tons of people come through. So, you know, business is pretty good. We expect another
what about
big.
the Spanish fever?
That's that's the woe that the homesteaders talk about. I haven't seen many cases of it. I won't say none because it is a real thing, but I think they're overselling it.
Yeah, panic.
Well, one good case of it will fly through all the homesteaders in no time.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, I sympathize, and they're my neighbors, even though the trailblazers are my
Hmm.
customers. So I'm a little 1 foot in each camp.
I'm not gonna
I heard
ask
that
her if she-
Abilene's got a new doctor lady. So,
Yes, that's me.
oh, is it? Well,
Mhm.
pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. I'm starting my clinic there, so that's why we also came here to get some supplies.
Oh, well, I don't stock anything they can't get better in Abilene. They got the railroad, so
Yeah, but
I imagine all you have to do is telegraph out east, and you can get whatever you need.
yeah, but we wanted to get some air and see the trail.
And he will hit you up for
Mm-hmm.
suggestions on what he should stock. So
Mhm.
basically, he's like, what sort of things should I prep for? Is there
Okay.
anything I don't have that you think I
Yeah, I will
should?
give him some suggestions. I have no idea,
Yeah.
but I guess
He's very
the
happy
medicine woman
to
should
get
know.
that sort of info. And yeah, he's like, once you get settled, I'll send trailblazers your way if they're headed north.
Thank you.
And of course, if anything emergency comes in here, we'll try to get them stable and in your direction. But it's yeah, certainly nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, likewise.
And then yeah, he'll leave you to do some shopping. So yeah, you will get a chance to get
Mhm.
a look at the map without him standing over you.
So, any thoughts, Doctor?
Anything else in the map?
Yeah, when you unfold your map,
Mhm.
yeah, the X that he's marked is a little further east from here.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
And it's a little up the river. So you think it's a camp or something, and you're able to, kind of get a sense of how far it is. So it's like just 3 miles up the river, on the north bank of it.
Do you want to check it, gentlemen?
Yeah, since we are here, why not?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
guys head up the river.
Yep.
It's not hard for the first leg of it, but then it starts getting really wooded. So your options are to abandon the wagon and tie it off, or leave it behind and take either the horses or go on foot for the remainder of the journey, or to try and kind of skirt around a little bit.
The forest is dense forest.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess we'll just hide the wagon, right?
The wagon and go by
Mhm.
foot. Yeah.
Okay, so leave the horses to graze as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Roll me your survival roll to do a little trailblazing here.
I don't have survival, but I rolled a natural 20.
Well, okay.
Oh,
I
I
was
do
about to say
have
Harvey
survival,
alone
actually.
should be able
I
to
do
guide you
survival.
guys.
Yes. Well, I have survival and I rolled the survival is what? Brains?
Yep.
So 17 total for me.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, with Dr. Reynolds advising you with that natural 20, yeah, you guys managed to get up the area. She made really good notes on the scale
Map.
of the map and
Mhm.
and whatnot. So yeah, eventually you guys find yourself to a little what looks like a prospector's shack that's right next to the river. And it looks like it's a little burned out.
Mhm.
Like maybe there was a fire that got either put out or was rained on. So there's a big section of the roof that's been burned out. and the place is unoccupied, but it's structurally sound. You wouldn't sleep there unless you could throw a tarp over the hole, but
Okay.
and, it smelled like burned wood for all the whole night. But
So let's go and check it out.
Yeah.
You go inside, roll me a search roll. Although without a search roll, you will at least see one person's skeleton here that is,
Oh.
charred.
I rolled an 18
I rolled a 15.
and 19.
Okay.
14 for me.
Okay. So 19, 16. So yeah,
14.
and yeah, and unfortunately. So yeah, you all see the one skeleton. It looks like maybe they were laying on their bed and, either were surprised or whatnot, but they tried crawling out of the bed, and yeah, they're about half on, half off the bed, and, face down, and yeah, they're charred. You think it's probably been, longer than a week that
Okay.
they've been in that situation.
And
then, yeah, the doctor, you will find, that there's panning equipment and stuff here, and there is a bag here that has several gold nuggets in it.
Mhm.
And yes, you also find a second person after you open up there's a slot or a trap door that leads down into like a little cellar. The cellar is partially breached. It looks like in the fire, the timber's separated, and there's a little bit of moisture coming in here. But yeah, that body looks like they starved to death down here. So you could see where they were scraping and hitting on the trap door trying to get out. But and this looks like it's a woman. Well,
So she was,
since
she
they
was-
weren't
she was
burned,
there.
you can tell
Yeah.
it was a young lady. Yeah.
So she was trapped. She was being kept prisoner there.
Yep. And then down here, there is considerably more gold nuggets. There's a little jar that has several nuggets at the bottom of it that are pretty sizable.
is anything else? Paper or
The papers and stuff look like they might have been piled up and used to set the fire. But you do see like some worked, rifle, shotgun, and a pistol or two. But yeah, nothing here, nothing here beyond the gold that looks.
anything on the bodies? Jewelry?
The girls in her night clothes, no, they look like they're pretty simple people that were out here just prospecting. And yeah, someone came upon their shack and did
Probably
a number
that
on it.
guy. Yeah. This is an awful place.
They got murdered.
Oh, if I ever find out who that guy is, I will make sure that he gets very, very sick if I ever see him again.
Can I see anything from in the area in the vicinity of the shack? Any other structure or?
Yeah, there's a little like a dock sort of, but you think it's made for him to kind of lay on and pan pan in the river. That's sort of just an easier way to get out there. And yeah, you can see flakes of all sorts of stuff in the water that looks promising. There's little chunks of minerals and stuff that probably indicate there's probably a gold vein somewhere in the area.
So I'll go to the dock to see if there's anything else of importance there, anything that has fallen or thrown away.
Okay. Roll me a search.
Uh, 17 total.
Okay. Yeah, like I say, you see mostly that that there's very promising signs in this silt that there's a good chance of a lot of gold. You think somewhere upstream, possibly there might even be, the potential of a mineable seam somewhere, but
So probably
certainly,
maybe that guy wanted the spot.
yeah. I mean, based on the gold nuggets that you're seeing, it's pretty lucrative thus far, but they didn't have an opportunity to make use of it. Also, whoever did this didn't take it with them.
So they were not for the golds. They were. Well, do you want to walk a little bit further to see if there's anything else?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you head a little further up, and yeah, sure enough, you see a claim stake that's been hammered in. It's a little weathered, but you don't think it's more than a few days old, maybe a week or two old.
But no one. But we don't see anyone around.
No, not at present.
Other shacks or houses or.
No, you're way off the trail at this point. You think that this section is within the section that is being land allotted. So yeah, you make a note of this, and then of course there's a claim. There's a claim, on the stake that is pushed into metal. So yeah, you check that, and yeah, you can go back
The name
to
of the
the
person,
land,
yeah.
to the land office and see.
Okay, we'll do that. Probably
And yes,
know
there
what
is a
happened here.
cave. There is a cave very close by, like a natural fissure. Yeah.
Oh. Do you want to check the cave out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope there's no bears there.
Well, it's okay. You've got two men with you, so
Yeah.
it's really the decision now is two men or two bears. Like one bear, two men. I mean, that's not even a question, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, you get to the bear.
The bear.
You get to the cave, the perfectly normal, inviting cave, and yeah, it's got some water coming from it, so it looks like that this is kind of a breach point for a spring or something deeper in the hill. But it is worn out over time, this cave on either side. So when you get inside, it's mostly sandstone. But yeah, it's been worn out by this water coming over over the course of geologic time. And yeah, inside you see lots of glitter of agates and things like that. Yeah, you would not be surprised if there's a gold vein somewhere in here.
Does it seem that someone was here or usually travels through here?
You don't think that anyone commonly travels through here, but someone staked a claim of this section of land fairly recently. So, you can draw a conclusion, perhaps.
Yeah. Someone killed the other guys so that they can get all the.
Yes, yes, but yeah. Well, we have the number of the claim. Is that is okay? Well, we can go back and try to see claim this.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you take the gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You just got a collection going of gold. Yeah, so you head back out. Do you stop back at the
General store.
the Canyon General Store, or you
Yeah,
just
and
head
say
back
that
to
we
town?
that we went to have a walk for a walk, and we just found two dead bodies. There were two, right?
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, whoa, who?"
And I'll explain the place to see if they know who they were, a man and a woman.
Oh yeah, that's Cletus and his daughter.
Mm. Well, seems someone set fire to their house.
My goodness. Well, I suppose you should tell your marshal, and he'll get the territorial authority involved.
Yeah, we will.
What a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a nice death.
Especially for her.
Yeah, he if you give him details, yeah, he'll be crestfallen. You know, they would come this way for supplies, but not very often. You know, maybe once or twice a month, or once a month or two, and they weren't due for a while. So, oh, that's unfortunate.
Do you know anyone else that was in the area also to try to
Well, there's
try their luck?
always, yeah, I mean, there's always cowboys running through. Maybe, I guess the last time they were here, yeah, maybe they were here at the same time as some wrestlers,
Mhm.
or not wrestlers, wranglers. So
Mhm.
maybe they crossed paths, or questions got asked. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was pretty tight-lipped about being a prospector, but he was also buying things for prospecting. So it wouldn't take a genius to work out what he was doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, his luck just ran out.
And of course, he pays his bills in gold
Mhm.
dust. So
Yeah. Okay, so we head back.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you head back to town. Let the
Yep.
marshal know. Yeah, he says that he'll telegraph to the territory, but yeah, he will also send one of his or is it deputize someone in town that's got some sense, and send them down there to start things going.
Mhm.
Okay. And others, so now we just have to wait for him to let us know who that claim belonged to.
Yeah. Now he tells you, yeah, that the land office could tell, and he's
Yeah, but it's
certainly
going to
gonna run that down. But
yeah,
yeah,
it's going to take a bit of time, right?
shouldn't, he says. They the land office here is where all the local claims would be filed. So
Okay.
if you want to come with, I don't mind
Oh,
a audience for it.
okay.
Well, let's go.
So yep, they go. You guys march over to the land office, and yeah, he's like, when was this claim filed? And they're like, the claim was filed like now about 5 days ago. So it would have been, the day of, the map being left
Mhm.
in the saloon. It would have been earlier that day. And yeah, it was filed by an out of towner, and he gives the name.
And you don't know the name of the man who left the map behind, or you don't know him? Or...
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Are you talking
No,
to
it
me?
was just a man.
Well, the claim was filed by John
Claim, probably,
Barr, and
yeah.
he describes him. You know, he was yay big, in his late 40s, little balding,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's pretty much the guy that that you were talking to that left the
Well,
map
he
behind.
will go back to the goat, so eventually he will be found.
Yeah, the marshal agrees with that, but yeah, he also telegraphs to the territory to basically, put a be on the lookout equivalent for John Barr, and he tells the land office to hold that claim, hold that claim in receivership until the circuit judge can come here. And the land manager's like, well, yeah, none of these are approved yet, until we get notaries in and such. But I will set this aside, and we will not finalize the claim until such time as the circuit judge can come in and officiate things.
Okay, so we still have some time.
And yeah, and so the marshal's like, well, I'm going to go see if I can find this bar in town.
With that name, they don't know if he's local or around here.
He's not supposed to be a local according to the land guy. Like, it's nobody that either of them have heard of, but he could very well be in town and they not know him by name. So
okay,
but he wouldn't be a resident. So yeah, given his description, now the marshal and his deputies are going to keep an eye out.
Okay.
And you guys are back in town just in time for your vacation to run out. So let's see. Big plans for the next week, other than to work on what you're doing?
Well,
any extracurriculars?
I'll just from time to time go to my shack to see if someone was there, or if at least if there's some gold coins inside the house, just to see if someone tampered with the
Gotcha.
with the shack.
Yeah, there every so often, yeah, you think that there's someone approaching the house, maybe even watching it, because occasionally you'll find cigarette butts in different places and things like that. And occasionally evidence of someone setting a fire, but it's never very close. It's just within eye shot of the place.
Oh, okay.
Do you think someone is staking it out here and now? Or here and then, yeah.
So I'll try to do one thing. I'll try to go to town and buy bear traps.
Okay. Yeah. You can get traps of various sorts. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll just in that locations that I saw the cigarette butts, I'll just put some traps.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a roll on that. Call that survival. Yeah, because that's a hunt.
Survival. Okay.
Yep.
13.
Okay. Yeah. So you pick some likely spots and put some traps down and cover them up.
And wait to see if there's a bear or a man. Well.
Right. See, it always comes down to that. There's genius in TikTok. Brock and Doctor.
I think I need to do something about that name list, but I'm not sure what.
Gotcha.
How can I figure out who are the other people on the list?
Well, it seems that 6 remaining, right? 6 names remaining.
Yeah, were there 6?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I need to see if I can figure out.
And the guy's name is not on the list, but Peter Pugh's name is on the list and is not struck out. And I'll Find the guy. The other person is Jacob Fuller.
Did I hear that name?
You have not.
Okay. But I'll try to find it in the next session. I'll try to find my next plan is trying to find this Peter.
Well, Peter Pugh is also after me, so
Do you have like a research skill?
Yes, I do.
Roll that.
15.
Okay. It occurs to you that you can also use the local newspaper.
Mhm.
You know, and
oh, there's a newspaper. Oh,
yeah. Well, there's not a printing press here, but they get the paper here. So the records office does have like a little paper morgue that you can make use of and kind of go through. And yeah, you just sort of pour through Crime Beat and things like that, and you get a few more names here. They are apparently people involved. The names that you can find periodically are people involved in the war. They're news stories about generals or politicians on either side of the Civil War.
But okay, this has to do with the war. But my sister was not involved in the war.
Correct. She was not, to your knowledge. She was just a simple Boston Mass girl.
Simple.
Who shot a state senator. Like you do. I mean, no one's judging her.
Yeah. Who never?
And with a derringer, so it's practically not even a crime. But yeah, you're able to put some names. Now, interestingly, there's a mix of people who are alive and dead on this. And with the dead people, at least one of them is to Harvey's credit. Or well, he's not on the list, but yeah,
For now.
Right. So this is not a kill list per se, but there are some members of this list that have subsequently turned up dead, and none of them by natural causes.
Okay. Do I know that Pete? Did I hear that this Pete Pugh is after Harvey? Or would he comment that with me?
Unless he has told you, yeah, you would not have heard. Yeah, I mean the name is on the list, but I'm trying to remember what all you know Pete Pugh because he is the guy that came in to talk to you about having the Spanish fever because all of his buddies were
it's the kids. So I think we need to find the kid and squeeze him.
Okay. Are you
well,
going to do that finding?
Well, but we don't know about this list, right?
No, we don't know about the
okay.
list. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know that. Yeah, I didn't hear that Pete Pugh was. I don't think you mentioned that to me.
No.
Okay. I always need to find Pete again.
And Brock, are you just working during this time, or are you going to do any extracurricular? Or is there anything you're doing over the next week?
I'm trying not to work. Not work.
You're all right. I mean, I'm sorry. Are you just air quote working? Well,
yeah, I'll try. I'm just doing my best not to work, and nothing.
Yes, you'll do your best to look tired, right?
Yes. I'll
all
try
the
to
work.
some kind of injury that doesn't really hurt a lot, like maybe drop something on my foot or something like that, and then
step on a nail.
Okay, after the house is almost done, and a very cool Sunday evening comes about. You guys are in town for the Cresses to go to church together, and for you guys to after church time to enjoy the city before heading back out. And yeah, while you're in town, yeah, Harvey, a young man does pull up on you and says, "Are you Harvey Davids?
Who wants to know?
My name is Pete Pugh."
So
Well, you
I don't.
asked. Are
Yes, but
you Harvey
yeah,
Davis?
yes, I am. What you want?
I'd like to talk to you about something that occurred recently. Want to get your feelings about how we should proceed here.
Yes, what it
I
is?
believe there was a huge misunderstanding, which is set to be adjudicated by the circuit judge when he gets here, and I'm hoping that we can put it to rest before he arrives.
And what do you want to talk about? What's that?
Well, no doubt you know Lawrence Mason,
Who?
a straight shooter.
No.
He's the man who came to your house in the
Oh,
midst of the night.
the robber. Yes.
Oh, well,
What about
I
him?
don't think that he was trying to rob you, sir. I think he mistook your house for my house.
And why is that? I don't know
Because,
any. I don't know anyone lives near me in that area.
well, I suspect, and he looks around to make sure that there aren't anybody listening in. I suspect that you and I both arrange our homes in such a way as to avoid unnecessary attention. And
Okay, but
Larry is not the most capable navigator and is more than a little, well, was more than a little bit dumb and drunk quite often. And I
well,
think several times he had admonished me about placing a lock on my door without giving him the key or access. And I was confused by those comments until he went and got himself shot. And I suspect that he thought that he was going in to my house when he was going into your house.
yes, but he usually opens your house with a knife.
I'm
He
going to
opens
be
the door.
honest with you. I have no idea. I've never been there when he's gotten there. It's sort of a shared domicile, I guess you could say.
Well, as true as that may be, now is done.
Well, I understand, and I am willing to testify on your behalf that this may have been a misunderstanding that could have been avoided had he been more sober and more aware of where he was. But there is a remaining aspect to this that I would like to prepare. I think he left something for me in your house, and I'd like your permission to see if I could find that.
And what that may be, you know?
A small box, military ammunition box, about yay big, and he you know, marks out
Yes.
the dimensions of the box.
Nope.
It would be emblazoned with, and he shows you his thumb, with an arrow similar to this.
Nope. I know very well my house isn't that it's not that big, so I never seen nothing like that. Well, you said he was drunk, so probably he left the box somewhere else.
I suppose that's possible.
Or he dropped it in the woods, or
Would you mind terribly if I came and looked? I mean, it's possible he may have sequestered it somewhere out of common common vision. He was a bit of a scout in the war.
Well,
He was also very prone to digging.
yeah, sure. While he's talking, does he's smoking this Peter? This Pete?
He's not smoking, no.
No?
At the moment, no. But you, roll me a,
Well, but
roll me a
usually
search. Yeah,
smokers
exactly, yeah.
No, 7. Forget it.
No, that's still, it's not hard. Yeah, he does smell of tobacco smoke, so yeah, he has not been smoking recently, but as soon as you think to wonder about it, yeah, you can smell that he has smoked in the past, yeah. If you rolled better, you would see stains on his fingers or, things like that.
Yeah.
You're not Sherlock Holmes yet.
Yeah.
Also, Sherlock Holmes didn't shoot people in the face a lot.
With a shotgun. Yes, but yes, I mind. Well, as you can.
No, I understand that.
As you can understand, I want to keep my my privacy to myself, So, but I assure you that your friend didn't leave any kind of box like that.
No, I understand that what I'm asking is outside of bounds. Normally, I would of course be happy to defray any cost for the inconvenience if you felt it was an inconvenience.
No, it's not about the money. I'm a private person, so, and as I told you before, he didn't leave anything like that. And I know my grounds very much. The area.
He nods. Well, I will not insult you by pressing the matter further. I thank you for talking with me, and I will, as I said, testify to what I believe was a grievous error on his part in entering the wrong domicile.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your friend then. It was just bad luck. Right?
He looks at you for a few moments and then seems to accept it, and he's like, "Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it?"
Yes. Next time, probably if he, well, at least if he could knock on the door. Yeah, not now, but if he had the habit of knocking at the door first, probably he would be here talking to us.
There's a chance, and again, I'm not going to violate your privacy of your home, but there's a chance that I may be out in that area just looking for where he may have misplaced the item I'm looking for.
Well, be my guest, but remember, before entering, knock on the door.
Oh, certainly. As I say, I will not enter your home unless invited.
Well, good hunting.
That's something that my kind doesn't do much of.
Well, good hunting, sir, and I'll walk away.
He thank you kindly, and yeah, he walks off. So that was weird.
Yes, weird. Yes. Now I'm going to double the traps.
Yeah, the marshal will touch base with you and say that, yeah, pretty much repeat that, like, yeah, sure enough, that Pew came over and says that, yeah, he thinks this is all a misunderstanding, has agreed to testify to that effect, and he's already taken his statement down. So he doesn't feel like the circuit judge is going to have a lot to go on here in terms of pursuing anything.
Yes, and I'll ask him if he knows this Pete very well or what he knows about him.
No, Pete's been a feature in the city or in town for little over a month and a half or so. He came in with a group, but he stayed on. Him and his friend took jobs at the stockyard. Pete's some kind of foreman there. They say, you know, he's a small guy, but he's wiry and stronger than he looks.
Any problems? You got any problems since then?
Oh, he got in a scrap with a guy in the tavern or in the saloon a couple of weeks back. You know, punched the daylights out of him, but nobody pressed. You know, we had to drop it.
Okay.
It seemed like a hazing sort of thing. They were kidding him about having a disease or something. It got out of hand.
Okay. So nothing special. Well, thank you. And I'll walk out.
Yeah, just calm your mind about it. I think it's all just pretext from here on.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, your doctor friend,
Yes.
she ever treated you? I mean, is she a good doctor?
Well, I think nobody died that she treated, so I think she's good. Yes.
How many people has she treated?
No one.
Well, yeah. No. Well, I heard.
From Marsh's back.
Well, I heard that she took a big tick from Brock's back.
Brock's Back Mountain. I saw that
Brock's
movie.
back mountain.
Brock's back. He will absorb that story with grave interest. Like, well, you know, the battle of Abilene is the battle against the giant longhorn tick. Well, I best be getting back to it. And so, yeah, he sets off. You're pretty sure not to find any ticks.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the next few days you'll hear that this John Barr guy has either left town or whatnot, but yeah, the marshal has been told that the territory has put a tracker out to sit on that location and see if anybody comes to exact the claim. And yeah, you get a lot of shoulder pats from everybody about, you know, being Johnny on the spot for this. So anything you guys are doing while you're in town beyond that, or?
Probably from that talk that I had with Pete, I'll just next time I'll try to see if I can find Pete's house.
Okay.
As he said, he was also a loner and he has a house in that area.
And you're doing that on your own?
I'll talk to Brock if he wants to come with me and work a little bit.
So you got to not phrase it that way.
Yeah, it's just a walk.
Okay, a walk.
Just a walk.
You're taking a break. Yeah, let's.
Yeah, taking a break. Let's go for a walk.
All right, roll me a tracking roll.
I don't have tracking. Just okay.
13.
You don't? Okay. Well then,
just
Brock, do you want to try a tracking roll?
Oh yes, Brock is the tracker.
Well, I have tracking, yes, but I rolled a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you get to where his house is, and yeah, he's guiding you around traps. You know, like don't step there, don't go there. Not there either. Like he has managed to put these traps at least 3 places where your foot wanted to go, and yeah, he warns you off. But yeah, you sort of find the same things he did, that someone has been staking the place out, but he's been doing it from the side of this hill, and so you basically go the other side of the hill, and in the valley of that, there is a little lean-to kind of construction. It's not dissimilar from the one you've made, but it's a little more simple. And yeah, as you get closer, it does not look to be currently occupied, but has been, you think, fairly recently. There is a fire pit out in front that has like a grating and a little spit over it, and Brock's able to fill the coals, and like, yeah, maybe someone camped here, a day back or so.
Okay, I'll just so it's unoccupied, right?
It is, yeah, and it does not even have a door. It's just a lean-to that's been buried into the back of the hill, so it's basically like a glorified cave. It instead of a door, it just has a cloth over the opening.
So I'll try to see if there's anything left behind or here inside the...
You look in, and there's hooks to hold a rifle, and there's some like hardtack and some beans and such here. Basic supplies for making beans and coffee and things like that. There's a coffee maker to be hung over the grating on the fire and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's mostly just a little survival.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But it does look like the kind of place that you would lay low, right? Like it's a camp, basically.
Yes. So I know now at least probably Pete lays while he's not...
Oh yes, and lots of cigarette butts around here. Yeah. So
yes. So this is where Pete lives, or at least comes from time to time. Since now we just have to be on the lookout for him or his buddies. And why the hell do the other guy wanted to give him the coins? Did Pete show me the thumb with the...
Yeah, he showed you his thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you branding something into your thumb is not a
Yes.
normal thing.
Yes. Well,
it could be a manhood test or something.
Or they could be on a cult.
Let's be, but that's just...
Yes. Cultists. Okay, let's get back to the...
I mean, I wouldn't say that your supposition is wrong and that this lean-to has the soul of his homeland on it so that he can rest his weary bones.
Yes. Well, this is empty. This is nothing left to see, so let's get back.
Okay. Yep, you head out. So next couple of days, Doc, roll me a research roll as you continue your list, and roll me a
16,
search roll. Okay, roll me a search roll, Harvey.
Search roll. One moment. Natural 20.
Oh, good grade. Yeah, Pete. You gather that he has, sure enough, stopped his surveillance, but he has been digging in like next to trees or things like that.
Okay.
So yeah, you can tell that he's been out there trying to find that box.
Yeah, search for the box. Yes.
But you don't get a sense of when he does this. You never cross paths with him. So you don't think it's at night. So you think he may be doing it during the day, but he's supposed to be working at the stockyards. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can't figure out when he's supposed to be doing this.
okay. So he comes and lives at when he wants. Yeah. In that case, I don't know what to do anything else. Yeah. I'll just hope to. Yeah.
And Doc, you are looking into newspapers and stuff about your but you do find in looking for names and whatnot, you also run across the hotel fire incident. And it's not exactly what was described to you. You were told that it was a bunch of freed slaves that were in this hotel and that they barred them up and set fire to the place. That is sort of correct. But of the 30 people in the hotel, only 6 of them were escapes or were freed slaves. Like, that is, the story is not that like, oh, someone burned up a whole hotel, a whole building full of freed slaves. It's someone burned up a hotel full of 30-something people, and amongst them were, so it either they were hard selling the event, or they were lying to you about exactly what it was. Yeah.
Of course, they're lying to me. That's why my sister not name is there.
Now, two
I
of the
assumed they were
names.
lying to me when I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of the names on your list that are struck out about the same time are on the list of people that are believed to have been in the hotel. And neither of them are freed slaves.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, they are both Confederate, former Confederate soldiers.
This is strange.
And you get a telegram. You get a telegram as well from back east saying that your sister is doing well and that one of her friends will be out to see you soon if you're still in Abilene.
Well, I will wonder. I want to see if the name of the friend is in the list. That will be interesting.
The name of the friend that shows up?
Yes.
Okay.
I will send it up.
Yeah, the telegraph operator. The telegraph
name.
operator tells you that it did come from Boston.
Who should I expect? That's what I'm going to say. Of course, I'm still in Abilene, so who should I expect? See if I get the name.
Oh, he says that there's not a reply ticket, so the telegraph office there wouldn't know who to send it to.
Okay.
But if you know who to send it to, he can.
Well,
he can
I
send
know
it forward.
the guy, right? But I don't know if I have a contact for him. The guy that.
They have not given you. They've not given you any way of necessarily contacting them without going. I would like to send a telegram to the United States.
Is the lawyer, my sister's lawyer name, the name of the lawyer on the list?
The name of who on the list?
Her lawyer, my sister's lawyer.
No, he is not on the list.
Okay.
But you could send a telegram to him, if you wanted to.
Yes, I will. Someone is ask if you know how she's doing, and I heard someone is coming to visit me. Do you know who I should expect?
Okay. Yeah, he tightens that up for you to fewer words to save you some money, and says he will send it off this evening. You should expect a response probably in the morning, hopefully. And yeah, you pay him your nickel. He apparently is getting and receiving telegrams like nobody's business, So it's a big city, and lots of orders for stock and whatnot come through that way. So he doesn't seem to think too much about any intrigue in what's going on. So a few more days go by. The house. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh, roll
Ooh.
me. Yeah, roll me. Yeah, roll me an agility avoidance roll, each of you. I just rolled a 1 on
Okay,
completion here.
we're going to die. I also rolled a 1.
So you made it, and Brock, did you make it?
Yep, I did.
Okay. Well then,
What happened?
okay, Painter. While you're doing your while you're working on stuff, he is up doing roofing, and yeah, he slips and falls off the top of the roof and is pretty badly injured. You think he may have broken his leg?
Oh, it's bad. So
Because yeah, when you try to pick him up, he's like, "Oh, my leg! I think it's broke," and you're like, "Okay, that's 2 opinions. I think." Yeah.
okay, so it's better to call the doctor, the good doctor.
Yep, you can call her out, or you can
I'll
take him
go.
in the wagon out to
The
the
wagon,
town.
yeah.
Oh no! I'm going to put him on the wagon and yahoo! Well, with wagon all.
Yeah. Yeah. So with the theme of rawhide playing, you guys get Painter into town. All right, Doc, you're looking at Mr. Painter as sure enough giving himself a pretty good break to his leg,
Oh,
and you're
that's
just a
definitely
forehead
broke.
at the moment.
Okay, I'll patch his leg, but he will not be able to move.
Okay, roll me a medicine here. Let's see.
Okay, 16, 13, it's a 19.
Okay, yeah. So that's a combination of, the fact that he had a clean break, which, yeah, if you had fumbled or whatever, we'd blame that on how bad the injury was. But yeah, you get it set, and yeah, you do the plaster of Paris thing, and yeah, you get him. Yeah, but yeah, he's gonna be out of commission for a bit, and Chris is like, "Oh no, gentlemen, you think we're up to finishing the roof on our own without our foreman, or
Yeah, sure. Why not?
okay? Then yeah, let's roll ourselves building rolls here."
Okay.
And since no one has a skill, just
Yeah, it's a what? A dexterity?
yeah, agility, yeah.
Agility save, right? Avoidance.
No, just a skill roll, because
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have the skill. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 16.
Okay. And Brock, how do you fare?
No, you said a skill roll?
Yeah. If you have engineering or
No,
anything like that.
no, not even technology. I rolled a 13.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys are able with the boss's help to get the tiling
Roof?
on the roof done.
Mhm.
And at this point, the house still needs some painting and wallpapering and things like that. But the boss is like, I think we're okay to move the family in at this point. So I'm going to go into town and let them know the good news and check on how Mr. Painter is doing. But have we seen any indication of Painter's intruders since we put up the fence?
That I know of? No.
Yeah, he says that he has also not seen any evidence of it. So I think we're okay to leave the house alone then for for the day. So let's all head into town, and I'll buy you gentlemen some drinks.
Okay, nice.
And yep, you get into town, and the whole family is excited that, you know, basically they're going to start moving in tomorrow, or even tonight if the wife feels up to it. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll start packing our things up onto the wagon, and we'll come home with you tonight. Save us on the hotel bill." And of course, Doctor, you're free to come with.
Big FP family.
Yeah. Or you could also go out to the lean-to with Harvey. It's pretty nice. Hair's paved in gold. So yeah, you're having a pretty good time at the hotel. He buys you a big meal, and you know, you guys have a celebratory thing. And Painter has just got his leg up on a stool, you know, and he's grumbling through the whole thing because he's like, "Oh, I bet I'm going to check those tiles and they're going to be horrible."
Yeah, yes.
You guys did a bad shingling job. All the water's going to get in first rain. And yeah, he's grumbly, but you can tell it's a happy grumble. You know, he's glad that the hardest part seems to be behind. Now they just have to take the homestead and make it, you know, actually produce money. And so, yeah, in the middle of all this, you notice that there's someone else who has slid himself into the hotel's dining area and saddles himself up to the bar and orders a coffee. And that would be Pete Pugh.
Is he looking at us, or is just over there?
I mean, he can't help but look at the local celebrity that blew a man's hand off. I mean, you can't begrudge him that, right?
Yeah, but well, I wanted to ask, it seems like an accident that he's here, or is...
No, you can't believe that it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Every time you have seen him elsewhere, he has been a saloon, not at an actual dining place. And he's not here at the hotel because he's, you know, he works at stockyards, so he's either at a bunkhouse or his little lean-to. Again, you're not sure how the logistics of that works.
Yeah. Well, I'll just acknowledge him and continue with the celebration.
Would I see him and acknowledging him? Because I also would notice that Pete is there.
Yeah,
I will ask him, so do you know him?
Yes,
I was asking Harvey if he knows him.
Yeah. Yes, he wanted to talk to me the other day about his friend that I accidentally shot in the face.
What did you want to know about? What did you want to tell you about his friend?
No, I don't. He told me some story about his friend was looking for his house. He mistake my house for his, and if I saw and he wanted to leave a box with a symbol, and I'll tell her the symbol. And
I saw it on the. Yeah,
do you hold your thumb up like that?
Yes, although you know, with a stupid story, you know.
Yeah, now tell him yes. The little shooter or good shooter, whatever. He also had that on his finger.
Oh, so it's a club?
Yeah, it's a sort of, I guess.
Well, let's hope that they all don't die with a shotgun shot in the face.
About that, I'm gonna take the opportunity. So I'll ask, what do you think about this guy?
I think he's full of shit. And probably I'm going to shoot him in the face sooner or later.
Don't shoot him in the face.
Why do you care if I shoot him in the face or not?
Well, first of all, talk.
Well,
no,
it's
don't
too
talk
late
so
for
loud.
that.
Yeah, don't talk so loud. We don't want him to listen.
Yes,
Yeah,
but what
Thomas
what's
is taking in every word of this now that he's talking about shooting people.
No, I was
what
thinking about Pete Bug, not the kids.
but what's your interest in all of this?
Oh, I roll my eyes. Well, I'll tell you, but not here.
Okay,
He's
Well,
like, you want me to talk to him, mister? I'll get
who's,
answers out of him.
who's saying that?
Oh,
It's
little Tommy.
oh no, Thomas, it's not necessary. I'll shoot him if I
He
need to.
doesn't look
Okay.
like much. He doesn't look like much. I bet I could double fist him into giving some answers.
Well, later.
Yeah, later when you're like 20.
Yes, not tonight at 20. Yes.
Oh heck, if I have to wait that long, you're gonna have shot him in the face already. I'm
Probably
on
I
a
will.
clock here.
probably until you are 16.
If you blow his wing off, can I at least talk to him afterwards?
Oh, okay.
And by now, Mom is grabbing him by the ear and like, come over here and do not disturb people's conversations. Oh
Okay,
shucks, Mom! You guys are talking about boring stuff about farming.
okay, I will drag them to my room
Oh,
discreetly.
Oh.
So I will show them the diary.
all right.
So
So what was the name of the guy that Harvey shot in the face? Little something.
straight shooter.
Yes.
Straight shooter,
So straight shooter had this among his things.
Okay, and these all these names. Do I recognize any name?
You recognize
You
one
recognize-
of the names that is not struck out.
Mm-hmm.
Mortimer
Peter
Green.
Peel. Who?
Mortimer Green, the neighbor who came over, was talking about the.
Okay.
So this
So-
makes more sense. Oh wow!
Oh,
Yeah,
a cat.
Spider cat.
Yes. Oh God.
That was impressive.
Yeah. So this is the neighbor.
Mm.
Yep, he's the one that came over and
Yeah.
and you
When
knew he was full of shit because
Wesley-
he was bragging on how hard a worker Brock
Yeah.
was. You're like,
Well, but it's even stranger, and I point out this name, my sister's name.
So
That's
your
my
sister is
sister.
dead? She's dead?
No, she's in jail.
What do you think this list is?
Because she shot this guy, and I point to the other name.
Oh, she's one of mine. Yes, I like it.
So I don't know what is going on here, but this is very strange.
So this list belongs to the club with the symbol on the
Uh,
finger?
I don't think so. This is okay. I think I'll tell him what. I'll tell them the whole story, whatever. So that I was brought here. If I came, that my sister would be out of jail, and what they told me about the guys with the arrow in their thumbs. So I don't think the politician in Boston was part of the Confederate Army. Neither was my sister. So this is really weird. This is strange. Why are these people related? Well, you have the
Well-
gold. There's the gold, so probably they just
Well,
stole gold, but it's still strange.
well, I think we need to have a conversation with this Pete. In that
That's why I'm
case.
telling you both this, because I need help. Well, I could drag him.
And after that, I'll shoot him in the face.
No, but we need to talk to him first.
Yeah. Brock,
Can I
what
try
do you
to
think?
drag Pete? Brooke is
Can you-
meanwhile is having a nap.
can you try to
Drag him.
drug him?
Drug
Well, he's
him.
drinking
Put something in
coffee,
his drink.
so yeah. If
Yeah.
you can get down there and get
I'm going to
access
talk
to
to
the
him,
coffee.
ask him how he's feeling and all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you saddle up to him, and he notices that you guys left and came back. And now is
Mhm.
everybody coming back at the same time?
Oh no, probably
No,
not.
of course not.
Okay. Yeah, oh, hey, Doc.
Hey, Pete, how are you? You are looking
I'm feeling
better.
great. Yeah, after the scare, see no problems, no symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see you drinking coffee very well.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me I was a fool to
Mhm.
think that I was able to catch anything as silly as the Spanish fever.
Well, I guess anybody can catch it. You're just lucky that you
He
didn't.
thinks about that for a while and he goes, "Oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry. Yeah."
Okay, so I'll try to distract him and pour something in his coffee.
Okay.
Of course, now I'm going to roll
What-
bad.
I was about to say, what skill are you using there?
I don't have.
You could use stealth.
Yeah, I think I have to stealth
use-
because I don't have fast hands.
Yeah.
But can I use persuasion to make him look to another while I'm doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll make it a little more difficult, but yeah, you can.
Distract him, like, oh, look over there.
Big elephant.
Well, I will tell him that look over there, and I'll tell him about Harvey not liking him because apparently he was snooping around on his
Oh, you
because
gesture
of
to
his
Harvey
friends.
and
Yes,
gotcha.
yes, yeah. I'll
Okay.
gesture to Harvey to get him distracted. Yeah.
Okay. What's the roll?
So this way it's 16.
Okay, and you're putting like drops in his coffee or something?
Yeah. Something
He
strong that
uh
will make
he
him.
looks over and then looks back and gives you a kind of a nod. Yeah, he and I aren't quite seeing eye to eye at the moment.
Yeah, I guess killing your friend is not very wouldn't leave you very well disposed to him.
Let me ask you something. You're from back east, right?
Yes.
Where back east are you from?
Well, Boston.
I thought so. You know a Julia Reynolds? That's your sister.
Mm. No, well, I'm also Reynolds, but that's a fairly common name.
Hmm.
Why is
I
that
knew.
your sweet girl, your sweetheart? And I'm probably gonna have to keep
No,
on
no, I
trying
wish she's might pretty, but
Mhm.
she's in a different camp than I am, I guess you
Mm.
could say.
Well, I mean because of the war, North and South, all that. Well, that's over us, I
Well,
guess.
there's that, but yeah, two sides of the same coin, I guess you'd say.
Mm. Well, but tell me more.
Mm, just a nice girl. Thought you might know her.
No, but
Here she ran into
Boston
some
is a good
problems.
time. Would that be a lot in the journal? The news?
No,
The fact
no,
that she killed.
I've heard from a friend who
No, I'm asking you, Judd. Would that be in the news a lot?
no, no.
Okay.
Well, probably a
It was hushed.
yeah,
Okay.
probably that the senator was shot,
Mhm.
but not her name
Okay.
in combination with it. Because yeah, they almost immediately, the Secret Service
Mhm.
decided to leverage it. No, I found out from a friend of ours. We maintain a network of conversation, I suppose you'd say. A little expensive, telegrams being what they are,
Mhm.
but when
Well, that
something
sounds
important happens, it's important to know, right?
that sounds very interesting and mysterious, but you a spy? I'm asking like.
He laughs. No, nothing as dramatic as all that. But I am definitely someone who is out of my element now that the war is
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. I guess.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Well, the way you just talked sounded.
No, I suppose that's fair. I do have the air of a man who is speaking in riddles, I suppose.
Yeah, well, and you used to be a soldier, so
It's too bad you don't know that girl. I have so many questions.
yeah.
Well, and he looks down his copy. I think I've had enough of this. If I have any more, I'm going to not be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have a
that's
good
good.
evening,
Don't have
Doctor.
that. Thank you.
Well, now,
You got the whole family here. You guys celebrating?
Yes, they finally almost finished the house, so we'll be moving there soon.
Oh, well, the town's loss is the country's gain, I suppose.
Well,
Have a
not
good
this
evening.
from the town.
Yeah, I hear they're building you a little clinic. That
Yes.
should be well, if I ever have need of those services, I'll look you up. Have a
Yes,
good evening,
let's
man.
just hope it's not the Spanish flu, and I laugh.
He
Knock
laughs
on
as
wood.
well. And yeah, he will head out, and yeah, he nods in your direction, Harvey, as he walks out of the restroom.
and I'll just
Make finger guns.
Okay. Well,
No,
let's see
no.
if it's or not.
Yeah,
No.
Timmy comes over and grabs your arm playfully, Dr. Reynolds, and is like, "Why were you flirting with the guy that Harvey's going to shoot?"
I wasn't flirting, I was talking. And Harvey's not going to shoot him. He cannot shoot everybody.
You can't shoot everybody, but he can shoot at least 6 people before he has to reload.
Yeah, but you cannot solve all your problems by shooting. Some you resolve by talking.
He thinks about that. It doesn't seem very efficient.
Well, think if when you're shooting, if you're not the fastest one, you're gonna end up being shot.
I'm going to take little Timmy
That's
under
why
my
I'm
wing.
practicing. Yeah, that's why I'm practicing to be as fast as I can be. So that
Okay,
evening,
just keep practicing.
yeah, that evening, sure enough, you guys head back to the house.
Yeah.
And yep, get yourselves installed. And as you're settling in, roll me a search roll. The highest person wins.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Roll the 5.
yeah.
Oh, so Brock, you're settling in for the night, and out the window, you notice that there's a flame for a moment, like somebody striking a match, and then yeah, you see someone take a drag off a cigarette and then shake the match out, and yeah, periodically you'll see like a little firefly, someone puffing on a cigarette inside the fence line.
Shoot him in the face.
Okay, he's just smoking. For a moment, I
Was I
thought
the
he's
one that
going
saw
to
it? I didn't get the
burn
highest.
the house.
Was mine the
Yes, you were the one. You were the highest.
Fuck,
Yeah, you saw that. You saw that.
Okay, I'll go outside.
Okay.
Can I see something?
Yeah, you go outside and head in that direction.
Yeah.
And yeah, you when you get to where the cigarette is, it gets taller and taller. And then yeah, you finally see that it it ends up in the mouth of a very, very tall man with very long hair. He's like, "Good evening."
Good evening. Who are you?
I'm interested in something that may be inside that house.
Yes.
My name is Jacob Fuller,
I don't know you.
and I've come for the coins.
The
Now, you
coin.
can pretend you don't have them, but I won't believe you.
Well, I don't have them. And it's true, I don't have them.
But you know who does.
Nope.
Well, that is indeed unfortunate. Everyone looks so peaceful in there, settling in, getting ready to sleep.
Yeah, so
I read about the worst story ever a few days ago. A man and his daughter just in a house, and someone set them on fire for gold. Can you believe that there's people like that in the world?
yes, I can.
And he takes a long drag on the cigarette and looks at the tip of it, and then just pinches it out and drops it. Well, good. If you understand there are people like that in the world, then you understand what I'm saying to you.
I'm
I
old.
want those coins.
I'm an old man. My hearing is not what it used to be.
He walks close to you and gets up in your I want those coins. And I'm pretty emphatic about doing whatever it takes to get them.
Okay.
I'm melting them. I'm going to melt the coins.
You have a good evening, sir.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
he backs off, but he's not taking his eyes off of you. And yeah, his hand is down at his pistol as he's walking back into the shadows.
I'll do the same. I'll be there just watching him.
Okay. Yeah, he manages to get out, and I'm guessing you're backing off too, or trying to get somewhere equally. Yeah. So each of you gets to a dark spot so that the eye line is broken, and then you feel a bit of a chill. This you couldn't see him terribly well, but it looked like he had long white hair, and his face was very chiseled. And there was just something weird about the guy in general, other than the fact that he's almost 6'5". But yep. So you get to go back into a house that you've personally helped build, that is filled with a lot of wood, and yeah.
I'll get inside and tell them what happened.
Okay. And I think that will be where we will cut the session, because it is after midnight for you guys. So.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about Darker, by the way.
It will still take some time.
Oh.
But yeah, it's going. It will.
Cool beans. And yeah, I was going to ask if you had anything to announce, but it seems like
No,
you post announcements. The days that we play. So.
Not for now. It's still
all right. Well,
Darker.
Then thank you everybody that's listening, and
thank you.
We'll see you next time.